Hello, and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Hey, everybody.
Adam, playing the Halfling Rogue, Burbage Kemp.
Hi, everyone.
Lena, playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbringer.
Hi.
And Darcy playing the Tiefling Cleric Hakari.
Hey, everyone. All right, let's kill some people now.
Well, hold on.
Jesus.
We didn't get to battle it.
She's
all
not.
last time.
She's not talking about the game.
Well, a little bit. Yeah,
She's
let's just
not
kill
talking
some people.
All right, well, until then, you can draw in the background while I say just a couple announcements. All right, we have begun to publish our adventures on a podcast, and you can get that wherever you get your podcasts, like iTunes or Spotify or Stitcher, whatever you like. Just search for Goats and Dragons, and we're the ones with the funny-looking goat on the front of it. However, we are also only up through episode... I think we're into episode 13 now? But that only means like the first 6 or so of the Twitch sort of streaming campaign. All that to say, this is far ahead of the podcast. So if you don't want a spoiler about all the stuff that's been going on since episode 14, 15, something like that, I definitely would consider listening to the podcast a lot, and maybe not this tonight. But hey, if you're up for hearing some people make a podcast that's all fun and good, then that's us, baby. That is us. We are affiliate on Twitch, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. And as a reminder, anyone who has Amazon Prime, you're able to subscribe to us for free by getting that Twitch Prime hooked up to that Amazon Prime account for free. It's a free thing you can do, and it actually straight up gives us money. So that would be one way to support the channel. And you can also just support us by following, retweeting the stuff that we're getting out there in social media, World Wide Web, or just following us on Twitch. We really appreciate all of that. And I think it's all the... Oh my god, you guys have drawn all over.
It's really hard not to burst out laughing when you're doing announcements.
There was a whole drama, like a narrative unfolding with the drawings.
Yeah, which is the best part. Andy's just looking at chaos, and I'm like, there was actually a very logical progression that ended in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what a sight gag for our podcast. Anyway, on that, let's begin tonight's episode of Goats and
You salty, Andy?
Nah, blah, nah.
Dun 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 dun.
I've missed this.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet holy Jesus, they're right there.
Oh man.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Shit.
All right. Burbage had disappeared, left for his hometown of Diefield, and he can't remember why that's a very, very bad idea. To save him, the group set out by boat from Cliff Mill. They arrived at the small port, and the halfling crew began stocking up supplies as the family immediately went to the tavern in search of Burbage. They didn't find him, but heard that the town itself was looking for him. Burbage, it seems, is being accused of murdering Eldon Dale, the former mayor of Diefield, some 20-odd years ago. Apparently, and so the story goes that when the guards confronted Burbage just a few days ago as Burbage arrived in town, they were only able to place a seal on him, something that prevents him from leaving the town itself, before he thwarted the guards and disappeared into the night. They had searched all of his known contacts, his mother's place, his brothers, the twins. Nowhere did he turn up. Desperate, the guards were willing to pay a bit of coin and a bit more than they were planning on when Hikari set one of them on fire and Charity immediately healed them, in order to find Burbage Kemp. Luckily, the group stumbled on to an odd situation with a local proprietor who may or may not have been trying to keep the fact that they're a vampire under wraps.
Definitely a vampire.
Definitely a vampire. This person, in exchange for the group's subtlety, let it slip that it seemed like Avery, Kemp, Burbage's brother, had been buying a few extra groceries lately. The next day, upon entering Avery's, it wasn't long before Burbage gave himself away. Trying to sneak out of a window, he scared the cat. And as the group confronted the fact that Burbage ran away from the family and in general hasn't seemed right emotionally since the waterfall, the Emerald Falls, in the Prophecy arc. They also hinted that there may be a way to save Vimeris after all, finally giving Burbage some hope. Hikari seems to know of a mythical element known as Hellfire. Certainly it could melt the coldest of magics, even burn gods themselves. But just as there was a glimmer of hope on the horizon and the group's new purpose lay alongside Hikari's, the horns of Diefield blew, announcing the arrival of the current mayor into the village, Theodric Dale, Eldon's son. What would you all like to do?
Quick question. Did they, announce, the return of the mayor? Or is it just a horn blast?
It is several different, a horn tune that both Avery and Burbage know as the return of the mayor.
Am I still holding Burbage? I thought I grabbed him when we came into this room, but I can't remember if I let him go.
That's up to you, I suppose.
Okay, I'm definitely still holding him.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, the nature of the last interaction was pretty low-key, especially after Charity slapped Burbage in the face.
I figured she was kind of still holding/hugging you. But it doesn't... I'm like, Charity's gonna look up... Is there any possibility that those horns are good for us?
I mean, I like horns. They're kind of nice sounding, so that's nice.
Avery kind of rushes in and says, "Oh, get away from the window."
Yeah, okay.
And he shuts the blinds kind of quickly, because there is one window that definitely looks down an alley, and down that alley you see guards and sort of commoners carrying a few carts and horses, and you even believe you saw sort of a large blue lizard-like thing pass in front of that alley, but he's quickly put the blinds shut.
So, I repeat my ever-hopeful question. Any chance that's a good sound for us? More problematic Burbage, I'll take an answer from you.
Burbage is gonna try to peek out the blinds.
I'm gonna yank Burbage away from the window.
Okay.
Burbage tries to hold on to the windowsill and peek out the blinds.
You start to tear some of the curtains down a little bit as you're trying to grasp that. Avery's rushing over, trying to hold them up as best he can.
That's Theodric. It's Theodric.
Avery
Guys,
points
it's
to you.
Theodric.
Avery points to you, Akari,
I don't think Theodric likes you.
and asks you
What?
to kind of keep up the blinds.
He's asking me to
What's
hold
happening
up
with
the
the
blinds?
Yeah.
Okay. Or fix the blinds. Or just stand there holding them.
Just hold it, yeah. Hold
Okay.
Guys, there's a lot going on right now, but you know, you know what? If I could just see Theodric and
No,
just talk
I need
to
you
Theodric.
to let go of the window, and then we can talk.
Burbage,
You need to let go. I'm going to start prying his ears off, which is probably not very hard, given that he's a halfling and I'm Goliath.
Burbage, we can solve this with one of two charity methods. One of them is the talking way. The other might involve needing some healing afterwards.
I mean, he might need that now. I'm not trying to break his fingers, but he's so tiny. He's like a little baby.
You do what you gotta do.
Guys, if I could just talk to him,
No!
I understand. I didn't.
If you
do
could,
it. I
if you
wouldn't
could
have done
just
it.
talk to him, I'm sure many guards around him would have cut you down before you got the chance.
Ah,
So, also, you were marked?
Yeah, where is that? I've got a knife ready. Where were you marked, Burbage? Stormbringer's gonna hold him with one hand and pull out her dagger with the other.
I don't know where exactly I was marked with the.
You got the sense that it was on your back, that they had slapped kind of a piece of paper almost on your back. Though the piece of paper is gone, you're not exactly sure. Yeah, you don't see any marks on the outside of your clothing or anything, I guess.
All
They
right.
put it on my back. They put some kind of walled glyph on my back.
Can I...
Okay, well, I'm gonna cut it out of your skin, and then we're
Please?
gonna get the fuck out of this town.
Don't cut me.
You can't leave the town. They told us how it works. You can't
I'm-
leave the town.
I'm not going to commit to her cutting you, but I do want to figure out how this mark works. Could I see your back?
Know what works better?
From me holding the blinds, can I see out the window?
You can. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'll show you my back, I'll turn around and I'll lift my shirt for you. But listen, guys, I didn't ask you to come here. You know, this is my home, and I wasn't planning on leaving, alright? So as much as I'm happy to see you, I guess, fact is, I'm gonna be fine. I just need to convince everybody that I didn't kill Eldon Dale. That's all.
So you can deal with her 18 perception, and then I want to check for his back
Yeah,
to
so
see.
Hikari, just barely through the kind of slits of the window, you don't actually... I mean, you see kind of a procession in front of the alleyway, like across the street from you, so no one is like really close to you, but you know, they're about 20-30 feet away maybe. They just have a couple of buildings in between you. But slightly more unnerving is you're pretty sure you see like the blonde guard from the day before, just one of them kind of peeking around a corner and staring straight at Avery's place. And that's this guard right here.
Okay, so I think people are gathering, or that blonde guard's outside watching the house.
Set on
might
fire
be
one
a
or the bit
problem.
one?
And then I drop the whatever I'm holding up,
The blinds and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah. And most of the procession has passed by that alley.
but I'm worried about the guard.
Yeah.
I was going to say, thank you, if you could just keep an eye on her. And so, can I tell anything? Like, is there a physical mark on his back?
There's kind of what looks to be a faded tattoo. And it's sort of a symbol that is rough to read. You can give me an Arcana check to try to make out the rune
Sure.
that's being used.
Let's go ahead and do our weekly plug for the cantrip guidance. I maintain concentration on the spell most of the time, which is why we don't specifically call it out, because it would be a lot of clicking every time 1 minute went by. But yeah, one willing creature, before the spell ends, target adds a d4 to a skill check of their choice, ending the spell. So I'm going to make an Arcana check. That was god-awful. 9 Arcana.
All right, so a 9.
And
we're
remember,
not
I
quite
had
able to
nat
read it.
20'd the wall
Yes,
when we came in.
You're right. So you would get a sense that these are very connected things. That this sort of faded tattoo mark has marked Burbage so that he cannot pass beyond the walls. You're not exactly sure what specifically the seal says, but that it is some sort of sealing magic.
Do I feel like it is contained within the rune?
The rune?
Or like the rune, the tattoo?
Oh, the rune. The tattoo is really just a symptom of the seal. The seal itself would be affecting all of Burbage.
Okay, so we can't...
I can cut
we-
it out of him, Charity.
Exactly.
I don't think we can do that,
I
unfortunately.
can see it, so I can
It's-
cut it out.
No, it's kind of... Remember when you had the itchy bite?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
The bite mark itself wasn't the problem, it was the magic that had spread through you. Sort of the same thing, except he's not
Huh?
turning into a vampire.
Huh?
Burbage is marked.
Okay, but if the bite was away, then I wouldn't have been itchy anymore.
That's not true.
So if
That's-
I make it go away, he won't be itchy.
No flaying Burbage. In this
Look.
case.
I know how to do this. I'm a trained professional. I won't kill him.
I am horrified to understand what profession knows how to skin a halfling without killing them, but I'm not going to ask, and please don't tell me.
I mean,
We're not-
just halflings.
Right, alright, listen.
We're not going to do that because it's not going to solve the problem. We have to figure out a way to get him out of the city. I don't suppose anyone knows how
That's
to...
what I'm doing, Charity.
I'm
Not
with
actually gonna fix it.
Stormbringer.
Okay, so I need Charity to hold you.
No,
Because it's
just
gonna hurt a lot.
I'm a willing participant, Stormbringer. Just let me go. I'm gonna brace myself against the windowsill here.
He's not.
I mean,
He's not. He's
no,
gonna
I
make a-
think someone.
He's
I
gonna
think,
make a
like,
break for
Hikari
it.
and Charity still need to hold you because, like, you don't understand. This is gonna hurt. Like you're being tortured, basically.
We return to the troublesome questions of what
Do you have
profession
any-
this is.
Liquor, Burbage?
Yeah, I've got some liquor.
He was also going to just bolt out the window.
I wasn't going to bolt out the window, Charity. What do you know?
You.
Andy, I'm gonna try to bolt out the window.
I think I'm still holding you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do a contested strength check. I'll do
Okay.
what I do.
Please give me contested strength checks to see if Burbage can wriggle free and out the window.
I rolled
Uh,
a 16.
You
I
try,
rolled it.
Burbage, and she literally just lifts you up off the ground a bit. And with your 8, you're not quite able to get traction enough to go to the window.
I was just
Burbage, you were
repositioning.
trying to trick me.
No,
It's very
I wasn't.
rude,
I was
Burbage.
just. No, I just had a crick in my neck, and I was just
Okay,
kind of stretching.
let's just sit down. And Charity's gonna. I mean, Lena's gonna. Wow. Okay. I have a cold. Anyway, Stormbringer, me, the Goliath, is going to set Burbage in a chair. Let's just sit down and talk, okay? Let's talk this through. But she's also not going to let go of him.
Hey guys, the guard is gone.
Oh, goody.
Is that good?
You know.
Oh.
I don't think so.
The guard just kind of slipped around a building, so that you can't see, at least from this window.
I'm gonna
There is one more window kind of in the back of Avery's place.
I'm gonna
If you
turn
wanted to look out there.
to Avery.
Yeah, I'm gonna look out the other window.
Your
Okay.
doors are locked, right?
Yeah, I'll lock them. I'll make sure
Does
they're
that
locked.
matter if they're...
I mean, locks aren't all that effective.
It buys us a moment.
I guess.
Does it? This is a halfling town. They're tiny doors.
He goes around, locks the main entrance.
I'm going to turn to him. Is there another way out of here?
No. No,
Like
I don't
No
think
escape
so.
tunnels or
Nah.
lamps on the roof.
Do I need to roll an insight check on that, Andy, or can I assume that Burbage would know if that doesn't ring true?
Burbage would know that there is like a secret passage out through that cellar, kind of hidden cellar that you have. You discovered it the other night.
So,
I'm gonna roll and I'm gonna check if you don't mind. How do I feel about how he said that? I fumbled.
Oh, he's definitely lying. There's several ways in and out. Probably even magical ways that he's not telling you. And Hikari, you think you do see the guard. Again, the guard now, looking out the other window, the guard seems to have kind of slipped into position a little closer to the building, and is again watching you, kind of the building, Avery's place, and trying to be a little sneaky, but you're able to keep track of her.
okay, so I tell
Yeah.
you guys that.
Do we need to leave and then we can have a talk?
I think that it's time for the Burbag Gambit.
Usually he's consenting to that. I don't know if he's really wants me to stuff him in a bag right now.
Burbage is glaring at all of you.
So I'm just saying the bag might not hold very still. Like, I can keep him in a bag. I'm not saying I can't. But...
Burbage, what if you can you can just be in the bag and you can drink all the liquor you want. I'll even give you some. Do I have any liquor on?
Shut up, Hikari. You're not my real Vimeris.
Aww.
Oh.
At this, Charity is just full on rubbing his temples.
Okay, Burbage, can we agree to this? Can you consent to going with us to somewhere safer, and then we'll all sit down and talk, and if you have compelling reasons why I shouldn't cut the tattoo out of your skin, and we leave the
We're
town,
not cutting the
then
tattoo
I
out
won't
of his
do
skin.
that.
We're
Well,
leaving
I
the
don't
town!
care.
We're not cutting the tattoo out of his skin!
Okay, you get the gist. Like, we can have a reasonable conversation, and I promise that if you have good reasons, then we won't make you leave.
Behind Stormbringer and like signaling to Burbage, like, just say yes. Just
Burbage
say
will
yes.
Burbage will take a solid like 10 or 15 seconds here just to like glare at everybody in the room, and he's definitely pouting like a toddler throwing a temper tantrum, kind of. But then ever so slightly the pout will dissipate just a little bit. His eyebrows will go up, and then he will stick his arms out as if to be like, fine, lift me up, put me
Okay.
on my carriage.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait. Now, I think this whole conversation's a bit moot. This is my brother we're talking about here. We're not gonna just let him leave like that. He's been safe here.
I mean, do you want me to carry you too?
You have multiple guards watching your home.
I do?
Yeah,
Good
have you
God,
not been
you're
listening
bad
to
at this.
Hikari? She said that multiple times right here in this room with you here.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Obviously.
What?
Andy, so from Burbage's time here, does Burbage know anything? Would he know anything about this guard and whether there is a pre-existing relationship between Avery and the guard?
You do not know that, no. When Hikari kind of briefly described what the guard looks like, you think you've seen her, but
There's two Hikaris on this map now.
Oh.
Sorry, I just looked up, and I'm like,
That's weird.
trickery cleric?
Ugh.
Trickery. But yeah, Burbage, you don't see, or you don't know anything specific about the garden.
Okay. All right. Hey, Avery, I got to be honest. The backpack ride is pretty fun. Highly recommended.
Yeah, I can carry both of you.
That's not really here nor there, is it? I'm
Isn't
not asking,
it?
I'm not asking, can you carry me? I'm saying
Oh.
maybe don't carry my brother.
But
Just
he
out
likes it.
there. And now that Theodric's home, Theodric's gonna... Who knows what he's gonna do? He's probably gonna
Yes.
murder him.
You know what?
in
That's
the
what I...
street.
Right, and I'm totally
Wait.
open to hearing Burbage discuss this with us, but first we
Avery.
need to get to a safer place.
No, Avery, listen. You know I didn't do it. And so if we could just stop... I've been telling you this over the past couple of days during my time
Right.
hiding in your basement. I
Yes.
just need to talk to Theodric and everything will be fine. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I hear you, brother. It's just that's a gamble.
It's a
quite,
gambit.
quite the gambit with your life. Yeah.
It's the Burbank gambit.
No, we need
And
a new
these-
name for it. It's a different gambit.
Okay, this kind of feels like stalling, either on Burbage or Avery's part. I can't tell which of you is fucking us around here,
Yeah, let's.
but we need to get going and then we can talk about this.
We're not stalling, first of all. Second of all, it doesn't need a different name because I am openly walking around Diefield as Burbage Kemp now. The whole point of the other name was to hide my identity. Number 3, Burbage is going to try to bolt out the window.
I'm holding him!
Contested strength check.
Contested strength check. Pretty good.
16.
18.
You thought you got her. You kind of whipped your hand around and you climb up her arm just a little bit and leap off of her, and she grabs you with the other arm. And you're now kind of midair again.
So
Alright,
Stormbringer looks incredibly pissed, like she's about to go into rage.
You're also...
It's time to get in the bag,
You're-
Burbage.
I was
Don't
going to
make
say...
me knock you both over the head, and
So,
because I'll do it.
Stormbringer's gonna start shoving Burbage into her backpack.
as he goes in, he is also going to see the barest edges of a halo of flame starting to form. I'm not losing another.
Avery, it's okay. These are my friends. Just hang in there. I'll be fine. I'm going to get somewhere safe, and then,
Yeah.
we'll get all this sorted out, all right?
Alright.
Don't
Avery?
follow them. Don't sneak after us to try to help me in an escape later on.
Burbage,
Don't do that.
you're not even being subtle. Like, I'm picking up on this.
I'm saying don't. Can you hear
Avery-
me through the back?
Yeah.
Avery, you need to come with us, too.
So Avery is kind of right next to you, Charity, and he looks up at you and he says, "Look, he's a pain in the ass, all right? Certainly. But he does mean a great deal to me. You promise you're gonna look out for him."
I have so far.
And then Hikari, you see something kind of weird. You see him sort of place something kind of shiny sort of back inside his back pocket a bit.
Who?
Avery. And
He's putting in his own back pocket?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're pretty sure it was a dagger that he had in his hand, just kind of hidden.
Oh.
And now he's put it back away.
Okay.
Do you say that to anything else? Say to that to
Well,
anyone?
he's putting it away, right?
Yeah.
If he was taking it out, I would.
Okay, yeah, you're good. All right. Burbage is pretty firmly in the bag.
Is there a back way out of this place, Avery? An underground or above ground, like in the sky way?
I mean, you could just slip out the window here if you needed to.
There's guards watching the house.
I'm also going
As
to look at
Hikari
the
has
window
stated.
and look at the size of Stormbringer.
It would be a tough squeeze for Stormbringer.
I'll message Cantrip Charity. Begrudgingly. There's a secret tunnel in the basement.
I figured as much. I'm like, or perhaps we could use the basement exit.
Damn it, Burbage. Giving away all my secrets.
What? I didn't do anything. I'm in this bag.
Whatever. I knew your tricks. All right. He goes over to kind of the fireplace and slides his hand sort of up the side of the stone, and then there's a latch that kind of appears next to that, and he lifts it up, and in this sort of side room, you're able to slip down into a basement if you'd like.
Yeah, probably do that then.
Wait,
Alright.
guys. I mean this in all sincerity. Can I just say goodbye to my brother because I don't know if I'll ever see him again?
I mean, do you mean from inside the bag?
I'm just gonna put my hand out the bag so I can have some sort of touching, sort of like hand-to-hand moment with my brother, okay?
That's
just gonna-
acceptable.
I'm just gonna put the hand out of the bag.
All right.
Avery? Are you there, Avery?
Oh, I'm here. He reaches
I
up and grabs
still-
your hand.
Still have a lot of resentment, but I've got to say I appreciate you being here when I needed you most. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's, don't mention it.
Pull my finger.
He pulls your finger.
Burbage farts. Burbage farts. Burbage farts inside the bag.
Oh, I love it when you've done that. Anyway, take care.
Alright, yeah, you too. Say, fuck you to Mom for me.
Well. Yeah, okay, fine.
Alright, here we go. Bye!
Alright, so
I
you
did
slip down into the cellar. The latch closes up above you. And you're all in a small, kind of dank, stoned area. There's a really small cot, a couple books on kind of a makeshift shelf, and then like a painting of some guy in a cloak giving a thumbs up. And then all of a sudden, kind of further back in the room, Avery must have flipped another switch. There's all of a sudden a breeze coming through, kind of some large stones that are pretty easily removed if you want to go that way.
I don't trust him.
Avery?
You're much more charming than your brother, Burbage.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't really trust Avery either. That's
Did
why I
you
wanted to
guys-
bring him with us.
Did you guys see the painting? It's of this really cool guy here in Diefield. He's always going around giving the thumbs up and going, "Hey."
Not even Charity.
Cool.
Galway is just massaging his temples right now. That's... What a fascinating local culture you have.
Yeah, I've had some happy days here.
Jesus.
Can we double down on this bet again? I'm giving you the opportunity, man.
Oh wait, what bet?
Nope, missed the opportunity.
Look.
Moving on.
I just felt bad because Andy built in that whole detail 2 weeks ago, and I didn't acknowledge it. So
Well, I'm sure he's very happy that you managed to acknowledge it with a pun. His most hated form of humor.
So Stonebringer, you remove some of the rocks. Now it's a small but encramped kind of tunnel that seems to lead north just a bit. And then at the end of the
House.
whole tunnel, there's kind of a you see a small ladder going up.
Does it seem like I would fit in the tunnel?
Barely, but yeah.
I really feel like we're going into a trap, you guys. But I can go first if someone... Hikari, how strong are you? Can you carry Burbage?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can.
Like, if guards are waiting for us there, Charity, you're very tiny. I'm very large.
If guards are waiting for us, I can turn into a 10-foot tall angel.
That's true. Okay, you go first and I'll carry Burbage.
I'm willing to bet that they wouldn't be expecting that to pop out of a tunnel.
Yeah.
It's not a trap, guys. My brother's a lot of things, but he wouldn't betray us.
Hikari rolled insight on the brother. With a 10, you got a sense that he was mostly just concerned. You couldn't get a sense of how much he really trusts you guys yet.
Okay.
Which would sort of imply if this is a trap or not.
Yeah.
He definitely was concerned about Burbage, so I doubt he would do something.
He's not sending us into, like, a meat grinder.
Right.
Great roll, but
Yeah.
But
Alright.
but a decent insight.
yes.
Yeah. All right, so Charity, you go first into
Yep.
this tunnel. You have to really slouch down quite a lot, but you get to the end and there's a small ladder. It's cold, it's iron, and it just leads to kind of what looks to be kind of a manhole above it, and it's really only about 15-20 feet north of the basement.
So I'll probably go, and what I want to do is, like, as subtly as possible, be able to look around at the surroundings outside.
All right, so yeah, you peer up with the manhole cover kind of a little bit, and you are just right next to this northernmost wall here. You don't see anyone around you, but go ahead and give me a perception check.
20, not nat.
That's good. You really don't see anyone. You can even see kind of the entrance to this northernmost road a little bit from where you are. And where there kind of usually is a guard or two stationed there, they are not currently.
Okay. So I'll probably pop out, and I also would have been looking back this way as well, since I knew that's where the guard had been.
Sure, that was just kind of buildings.
Okay, and I couldn't
Quarters.
tell where exactly we were, because I'm like,
Yeah.
if we're over here, there shouldn't be any sight line that way.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. So I'll quickly then pop out, and I'm gonna pop out and try to still have, you know, an overview of the area, but be away from where it is directly.
Sure. Yeah. And again, you don't really see anyone. You do kind of hear a bit of a commotion further into town, probably around the town square or so, but nothing around you at all.
Okay. I'm gonna sort of hiss down, "Coast is clear."
Suspicious.
All right. Hikari, you climb up and out.
Okay.
Stormbringer carrying Burbage. You guys pop out as well and slide the manhole cover across the dirt back into kind of its place. And you are all out by the northernmost wall. What would you like to do? And again, these walls are like only about 4 or 5 foot tall, and then very, very thick.
Yeah,
So you could,
I'm
like,
ducking.
stand on top of them. They're a lot like the walls at Sherstow.
I'm crouched way down, so I'm not profiled over the wall.
Okay.
Okay, you guys. So I'll cut the tattoo off Burbage,
No,
and I need not to scream, even though it's gonna hurt a lot.
no,
And then we'll
that's
leave.
not gonna work.
We'll talk about it when we're safe.
Let's maybe we.
You'll never be safe again.
Oh, I thought that was actually a voice
I
was
know.
saying it. I'm
I
like,
was like, who's
That was
and
DM.
and that one's on
Yeah.
fire.
Burbage is gonna whisper through the bag, "Oh yeah, somewhere safe. If only there was somewhere in town with somebody that, you know, believed that I was innocent, who we could trust."
That's true, but that safety is
There was a
compromised
guard
by the guard watching it.
Which is really suspicious, by the way. Anyway, I need you not to scream, Burbage, because it's
No,
gonna hurt a
no.
lot.
Stormbringer, seriously, no. Not
Why?
a solution. Will not solve the magic.
I just don't see a better
Stand
option right now, Charity.
Guys, we can't just keep standing here. We have a fugitive, so let's.
Vampire Inn.
And I don't
Okay,
know, I'm just
yeah.
gonna
Because
take
they don't
off
want
and
us
wait
betraying
that
their
direction.
secret. Yeah.
All right. Do you follow Charity?
Yeah, I just want to move. I think Burbage should probably.
Burbage is
Oh
attached.
yeah, Burbage is being
So-
cold. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna, once we get to this, sort of check the
Uh-huh.
cross streets.
All right. Yeah. Give me a perception check then.
Because, like, I'm probably somewhat crouched, but I'm also kind of just looking like it's because I'm hefting a pack. Because I'm only about 5 feet tall, so... 7 plus a d4... 8.
You hear someone, kind of just beyond this little alleyway between the walls. But you don't actually see someone, so you're pretty sure it's a halfling probably over here, or someone quite short.
I'm gonna put up my hand to indicate stop.
All right.
Wait,
Everyone
Charity.
stops behind you.
I'm gonna message this to Charity because I'm being really quiet. They think we're like helping them, right? So we can just act normal because he's in a bag,
Fair point.
right?
Fair point. Let's move.
Burbage, you gotta be absolutely silent and don't move.
I'm gonna message cantrip Stormbringer. Hey, you used the message cantrip. You usually don't do that.
I mean, that's because it usually doesn't fucking matter. I messaged back.
Hey, what did Charity mean earlier when he said that there might be a way to bring Vimeris back?
We'll talk about it later, but Hikari knows something.
I'm gonna message cantrip Hikari. Or
You
try.
can't do that.
I know, but Burbage is gonna be like, oh damn it.
Yeah, and of course I'm not hearing any of this.
I feel like you just get back. Deet, deet, deet. The number you have dialed is not connected.
Why don't each of you give me a stealth check as you're just kind of going by this guard here?
I mean, I'm not particularly trying to be stealthy.
Oh, okay.
I'm just walking across.
So yeah,
They're
if you're
just
not being-
bounty hunters who have been hired to
Yeah.
look for this guy,
Yeah.
you know?
So Hikari, as you get here, this guard is gonna say, "Oh, oi, why aren't you in the town square?"
To me?
Yeah.
What's going on in the town square?
Oh, the mayor's back. You didn't hear the horns?
Yeah, I don't
We're-
really care. Hi!
That's awkward.
We're trying to do our job, okay? That's all.
Okay. All right,
I
so
assume
you,
that there's actually a gap between those buildings.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry. I wasn't like trying to squeeze through an impossible space. I was just like, I
you're good.
assume there's an alley.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go into the Blackwood Inn.
All right. Yeah, there's a sort of a side entrance right here. So you kind of step inside, each of you.
Is it the same?
Yeah,
Woman
there's that proprietor there. Kind of greased, slicked back hair, very, very pale. And they see you kind of coming in the side. And they say, oh, you again.
Oh no, we've just been told about this inn.
I'm sorry? You were here last night.
You
were
specifically
not?
requested that conversation never happened.
Yes. Welcome for the first time to the Blackwood Inn.
Proudly owned and operated by humans since...
Since forever. I mean, since whenever humans are born.
You need to work on some things.
I know, I'm sorry. I know it. I'm very sorry about it.
Could we get a room?
Yes, of course. Is this, need to be a secret-ish room?
Need would be a strong word, but there might be a preference for that, yes?
Let's just say, I can smell all of you.
Fair point.
I need to shower. That's why I smell like multiple people.
Fair,
Yes.
fair point. Perhaps if this room was like a conversation that happened last night, or didn't.
I mean, of course. Here, take this. It's actually behind the cashier here. If you come behind the desk, you can just stay in the room back here. No one ever checks it. They don't even think it's an actual room for guests.
I'm gonna do a quick insight check on this. This doesn't feel like a trap or anything, right?
I don't know.
Okay,
Why don't you
but
roll?
yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to not say I want to make an insight check. I caught myself halfway through and was like, okay, what am I looking for?
21. Yeah, you feel that this person actually, they seem to know about Burbage, you would guess, and are kind of trying to help you the best they can.
Okay, but like I don't get a haha. There's a one-way lock. I'll keep them in there. Yeah. Okay. So I'll be, thank you. That would be most agreeable.
All right. So he unlocks that back door, right behind the desk, and kind of motions you all in very quickly. Shuts it, locks it, and then slides the key back under the door, so that you guys now have the key to lock it or not.
I'll slide 5 gold pieces under the door.
Is there a window in this room?
There is not.
Is
And it
there any
also
other
feels
door?
Quite muffled, sound-wise. And there are 3 cots back here. It's a kind of cold, dank place, but it's very, very dark. And you do, Charity and Hikari can see a few sort of torch sconces on the wall, I guess, with a couple torches in it if you wanted to light the place.
I'll light
I'm
one of them.
gonna sit down against the door with my back propped against the door, and then I'll tell Burbage that he can get out of the bag if he wants.
Okay.
What did you tell Burbage?
You can get out of the bag if you want.
Burbage will get out of the bag.
All right, so all 4 of you are now in the back room of the Blackwood Inn,
Okay, so let's
seemingly
talk.
all alone.
Yeah, seriously, what the hell, Burbage?
What do you mean, what the hell? What are you talking about? I could say the same to you guys. What the hell?
You left!
You left a note that sounded like you were gonna go do something that resulted in your death and left
Akari's
without
just
telling us where you were going.
Gonna go sit in the corner and while you guys are fighting and
Start drinking.
start drinking. Yeah,
Valid. This isn't your problem.
because I don't really. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't know exactly what's
I get you, yeah.
been happening, and
I wasn't trying to make you guys worry about me. I'm sorry. All right? It's just that these voices got really intense since Vimeris's death, and
What
I couldn't
voice?
handle it anymore.
What voice?
I don't know. It's just... And Andy,
Yeah.
has it been like multiple voices?
It's hard to tell. It seems very distant is the best way to describe it. It's soft because it's very distant, and it's unrecognizable to you.
So has Burbage experienced it as like maybe one voice, just kind of a distant voice?
Right. It's possible it's other people as well. It's so hard to tell.
I don't know. I don't recognize the voice. It just was very persistent, all right? And it told me that I needed to come back here. And so I did, because everything was falling apart. Vimeris left. I don't know, guys.
Vimeris saved
When I came
us.
here... Yeah, Vimeris saved us. Big fucking deal. Good for him. He died a hero. He would love that. Well done, Vimeris. Clap, clap, clap. Burbage actually claps.
Immediately after the last clap and in rhythm, there is the sound of your cheek as Charity slaps you again.
Hey! You get one slap a day, alright?
If you keep this up, I'll get as many as I damn well please. You know he didn't want to be a hero.
Oh,
he
didn't want to be a
saved
hero.
us.
Oh, yeah, he saved us, because that's exactly what the prophecy was all about, right? Was saving us. Yeah?
No,
Yeah, everything's going exactly
it wasn't.
as planned.
The prophecy had us die. The prophecy showed our bodies frozen there. He might have acted guided by the prophecy, but I believe he chose to change that as well. Because as bad as he was at expressing it, we mattered to him. And you know that. Both that he was bad at expressing it and that we mattered to him.
Yeah, alright, okay, fine. But now what about the Fireblight? Huh? You just giving up on that?
I mean, do we give a shit?
As far as I can tell, the Fire Blight is possibly a three-sided war between deities.
Whoa, what? I only knew about one of those deities. Right?
I don't understand all of the players, but I'm beginning to see the shapes of the sides. Behelit didn't want Onway to get the plant. That's why she wanted to spend so much effort trying to make sure that he wouldn't be stopped from using it. At least that's the best I can figure. And to be fair, in my experience in her employ, cleansing fire was kind of her thing.
Right. And that takes us full circle. I'm following this plot, for sure.
I don't know what the hell Ponway's motives were. I don't know that they were as pure as actually wanting to save the world. I don't know how the other acolytes of Ryn and hells, given the fact that Behelit is real, how Ryn or the Fates play into it. I don't know what the sides are, I just know that there are sides to that entire question. And to answer your question, Burbage, right now what I care about is getting my family back. We have a chance. Bakari was so kind as to tell us that there might be a way to get Vimeris out of that ice. If I can get him out of the ice, I can revive him.
Yeah, so Hikari's pretty drunk by now, so she raises her
That was quick.
flask and is like, yeah!
Thank you.
Snake!
What?
What?
Snake
Oh,
man!
'cause yeah! Snake Man!
Okay.
What?
Hikari,
Yes!
you really think that there's a possibility that we can bring Vimeris back?
Yeah, with the fire and the hell and...
Hellfire
Yep.
was what you said when slightly more sober to me.
Yep. The fire and the hell from... Yep.
Quick note, I want the podcast episode for this to be titled The Fire in the Hell from Yup. With like ellipsis between every word.
So all of a sudden the torches start kind of flickering and like changing
Like,
colors,
different colors and stuff.
and there's just kind of like a little rumble
Yeah. As you
in the full. 'cause-
cannot quite control your thaumaturgy
But I'm drunk.
when you're drunk. Gotcha.
Nope.
All right, well, if we trust Akari, which I'm gathering that we do, then I guess that makes sense. And I guess we do need to get out of Diefield. God damn it. Theodric. Fuck shit. I'm so confused. Ah! Damn it.
What
We're
do
just
you
gonna-
do you
Yeah,
remember
well-
anything from the night Theodric's father died, or is that
You cut out on my end a little bit.
I cut out?
Yeah.
I said, do you remember anything from the night Theodric's father died, or is that all gone?
Andy, it's all gone, right?
You remember being in a tavern, deciding to leave, though you're not exactly sure why.
Yeah.
You were in the short shaft, deciding to leave that night, and then you just left quickly. But you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't quite
I don't-
recall why.
I don't remember anything about Eldon's death. I just remember being in the short shaft, which, by the way, pretty funny name for a tavern, right?
Yeah,
Hey.
Andy. Sorry, talking to Andy, the DM. Why are all your taverns penis innuendos? Just in case anyone else hasn't thought of bringing that up.
Because
I was going to say, Charity's response is, I don't know, it sounded really similar to the last few that we've stayed in.
Okay.
They all have
Burbage,
the
if
same
that's all
fiddlers,
you-
too.
Burbage, if that's all you remember, then what exactly were you gonna say to convince Theodric that you didn't kill his dad? What was the plan here?
Oh, I don't know, Stormbringer. I was just going to say to him, "Hi, Theodric, it's me, Burbage. Do you still love me? Because I still love you." And I was going
honey.
to kiss him, and maybe we were going to kiss, and maybe everything was going to be all right.
I understand, man. Dawn Protector hates my guts because I did something bad, and she views it as a moral affront, and now she's in charge of my tribe and probably wants me dead, going off what my sister said. I get it, but, like, you can't throw yourself into the fire.
Fire and hell, yep.
Burbage will probably have like a weird reaction on his face to the phrase "throw yourself into the fire." Sorry, my connection keeps going green to red, green to red. Silly Discord.
You're coming through pretty cleanly.
Okay, good.
So, like-
that's good to know.
So, sometimes it does that with me, and I don't think you all have had any problems hearing me, like when we're playing. So, I think sometimes it's just like the connectivity, but you're still coming through fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's say that at the phrase "throw yourself into the fire," Burbage will get a very serious look on his face, and yeah, his entire demeanor will shift to like, all right, like let's get down to business, like let's figure this out. All right, okay, yes, I've been confused. Yes, I've had voices telling me things, but right now I'm gonna ignore the voices. And I'm gonna trust you guys, my family, which
Wait,
includes
wait.
you, Hikari.
You have memory problems.
Yeah,
I can
I
help
have
with that.
memory problems. Wait, what?
Yeah, I can help with that.
You can?
When I'm not.
When you're less drunk?
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
I feel like somewhere along the line between like Burbage, the caravan, etc., Charity has learned to speak fluent drunk.
Yes, definitely.
All right, well, I guess we'll put a pin in that. Maybe. Hikari, what do you mean? Are you at all
There's a
sober enough to
spell.
elaborate?
I can with the memories. And yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
No, wait, Hikari, don't go to sleep. Oh, damn it, she fell asleep.
She just like slumped down the wall, like onto the floor under her side. And
Oh,
like snoring really loud.
is this how it's like with me?
Yeah. There's normally more doom lilies.
Oh yeah, I
Ah,
hope one
yeah.
of those doesn't show up. That's just
Especially
what we need
with
right
her.
now.
Do you guys remember when I spit on that doom lily? Hope that doesn't come back to haunt me. Or has it already? I don't even know. I can't keep track of these things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to get down to business. To defeat the halflings.
To be perfectly
Of,
honest, given my interactions with the guards so far, I don't think it would be tremendously difficult for me to deal with them. They almost caved under just like her little sacred fire.
I mean, she like burnt one of them for like no reason at all, so
All right, listen.
But they
okay.
seemed really hurt afterwards. You would have
That's
shaken that
true.
off like a champ.
yeah,
Wait,
but
what did you do
not
to the
really.
guards of my home village?
We got
We
paid to
didn't
try to
do
find you.
anything.
Oh, did Hikari do something? That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just, I think, has a bit of a temper and gets a little bored.
But basically, okay, look, here's a quick recap. We came here to find you, get some supplies for the town of Cliff Mill, get ourselves the hell back there, and then we have to go and find this hellfire thing to rescue Vimeris. We got in here, we're trying to find you. We were kind of hoping that it hadn't all gone to hell in a handbasket, but when the first thing that was said to us was, "Hey, did you know there's the wanted fugitive Burbage Kemp?" It kind of indicated that things had already gone to hell in a handbasket. After that, we tried to determine more information about where you could be, what was going on, etc. And then we went and, I'm gonna call it 70% offered our services, 30% shook down the guards, to get paid to find you.
Ooh, how much are they going to pay you to find me?
It was 25 a person.
Oh man, you have no idea. Wait, isn't there some kind of huge reward out for finding me? We should totally try to get that reward from Theodric.
I'm really much
Burbage?
more in favor of making a clean getaway. We got paid half up front.
Yeah, I think we just need to figure out how to get this sigil out of your skin. I guess cutting it out doesn't work, according to Mr. Charity over there. And then just get the fuck out of here.
Well, listen, the guards who put it on me probably have some way of taking it off. Maybe we could go to the guardhouse and find some kind of secret glyph ward removal
It's
thing.
outside the walls.
Well, that's a problem.
Both the magistrate's office and the guard's house were outside the walls.
You and Hikari could go when she's sober, and I could stay with Burbage and guard him.
Andy, could I think about the sort of what I know about this not so much even the glyph, but the system as a whole, to try to think of ways that I think it could be removed, either via magical means or how I think it works?
Yeah. Yeah, give me an Arcana check. Just kind of a general one.
22 and 1 for a 23.
All right. So you think, you think it has to be removed magically, and it's not a spell. It was like a physical thing affecting it, which means that probably someone has access to basically the key to unlock the seal. Is what your best guess is, and also, and this has been kind of nagging at the back of your head. Why is there such powerful magic in this kind of godforsaken little halfling town?
Yeah, I've been
About
wondering
middle of
about
nowhere.
that. Like,
Yeah.
this, because so to talk this through with me, this seems like above the level of direct sophistication, like on this one point, compared to like the town of Malmond, right?
Right.
Like
yeah.
Malmond had the thing where you couldn't be a shapeshifter, or you couldn't be like illusion magicking yourself.
Yeah.
But like this is nope, I can just mark an object and it can't go through the walls.
Right, unless unlocked by something. Yeah. Magically.
Okay, yeah, so given what I know about these, so just to try to, play that out a little bit, or more shape questionings based on that.
Yeah.
Do I think that like dispel magic would work on it?
No.
Do I think it has to do with the physical entity or the creature? Okay.
What has to do with the physical entity or the creature?
So, this is Galway asking the DM, not Charity musing this out loud.
Gotcha.
If Burbage was to say, die, and be revived, would the magical effect still be on him?
I see. So is it like connected to his essence? Or his being, or is it connected to literally his body?
Yeah, because it seems to me like if it's, and metagaming it, if it's on that creature is now dead. Now the creature is back, but it's kind of a new creature.
Right. You're pretty sure this is more of an object-based thing. So it would be Burbage's body, probably, that would not be able to leave, is what you guess.
You're gonna, now out loud, you will hear Charity be like, yeah, no, so the roast and revive is out.
Roast and what? Did you guys see what he said?
He said roast and revive.
Sorry, nothing. Just thinking out loud.
Burbage, do you remember, I don't know, like anything about this town that would help us get you out of here? I know you don't remember a whole lot, but something?
I will, I guess, defer to Andy on that. What kind of historical knowledge of Diefield might Burbage have that might be useful right now?
Yeah, it's kind of odd. Burbage has basically grown up with this level of magic influence on this town, to the point where you've never wanted to know about it, you've never cared, you really never got in trouble like that. And this kind of magic was only used for people that are really pretty bad. So there's not a ton you know about magic-wise that could help with this. Otherwise, you do know, like, you do remember, like, friends that might still be in town. You do know that your mother is very powerful in the town. Yeah, stuff like that.
I might have, yeah, I will have rambled through that kind of offhandedly to everybody.
Like, okay. Doesn't it seem odd to you that this town has this much magic?
Nah, you know what? I never really thought about it. You know, it's just sort of the things that I grew up with, and it didn't even really seem like magic to me at the time. It just sort of was just the way things were.
Makes
but
sense.
I will say, now that you mention it, it does strike me as kind of odd.
Like, Malmond had these kind of magical defenses, but that place was also the chock-a-block full of magical items.
That place sucked.
That place was.
Block. Yeah, totally.
So, Andy, one other question, as Charity is kind of in the background still processing this. So, those two questions were kind of about the seal, the object that was marked. I also arcana the wall.
Yes.
Do I... and clearly, like, there's gaps in the wall where there's, you know, gatehouses and stuff.
Yeah.
Do I feel like if part of the wall was destroyed, it would still have an effect?
You do not. No, that was very clear in your mind. It's almost as if they built the wall around the magical seal. It really doesn't have anything to do with the physical structure of the walls.
Holy
They just happen to
shit.
mark this seal around the town.
Uh,
And again, yeah, you're starting to really kind of put together this. This is a level that is very different than normal magical things that a town might even have like this.
yeah, like this is, I'm understanding the arcane framework of it, but it's like I don't even know what this spell would be.
Yeah.
Levels of. Okay. So we need to find a way to get this key thing seal removed from you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see Charity take.
Okay, Charity, just while you're paused there, really quick. I know you say cutting won't help, but maybe I haven't properly detailed how deeply I can cut people. Like, this isn't just surface level cutting, Charity. I can get all of his skin off, I can get his muscles, like I can go down to his skeleton. Do you think that would help?
Burbage has been listening to all of that with a look of very serious consideration on his face.
I genuinely don't think it would help.
Oh. Stormbringer looks incredibly disappointed.
I'm sorry. So it seems to me that we could either attempt to locate the keying device, which is probably under the control of the magistrates or the guards, and in some way wrest control of it, or we could try to call in favors from someone that you know, / search for more information on who might know a way around such a thing. Or we could try to have the mark removed if we could prove your innocence.
So, how would we do that? And I'm gonna also message to Charity so Burbage can't hear. Also, didn't he tell us before he lost his memories that he killed Theodric's father? Like, I know it doesn't sound like he did, but this is a problem.
I'm gonna message back to so this is the message response to Stormbringer. I think he blamed himself for Theodric's death. I'm not sure that he actually killed the... What the hell? Why is there an NPC token real close to us now?
What? What? No, you see things. You do hear some commotion outside the door in the your friend who let you in is now talking to someone, but it's very muffled in here, so you can't quite make it out.
Do I think if I
guys...
really tried, I could?
Yeah, if you put your ear against the door, perhaps.
I'm gonna say, I think there's someone here.
Okay, let's just all be really quiet.
And I'm
You
gonna
guys message cantripping about me just now.
Shh.
no, and I'm gonna press my head up against the door. And you want a perception check?
Sure. Yes.
Are you doing that over my shoulder? Because I'm leaning over against the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I'd probably under your shoulder.
Yeah,
honestly.
that might be easier.
20, not nat.
Right. With the 20, you can actually make out a decent amount of conversation. Something about they've been traveling with Theodric for a while now. And they need a place to stay. Hopefully this business gets resolved soon. And then keys are exchanged, a bit of coin, and that person seems to be going upstairs.
Okay, I don't think it was anyone looking for us. Do I get the sense that this muffled sound is magical or just architectural?
Probably more architectural. You're not exactly sure, but
I feel like we generally, both in and out, have very good sound insulation.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to say, all right, to return to that point, I don't know how we would be able to prove that to anyone's satisfaction, especially given the fact that, Burbage, you have no memory of the events.
Well, I've been thinking about that. It is kind of interesting, isn't it? I guess if I tried so hard, wanted so desperately to have forgotten something, maybe it was really bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did I ever talk to you guys about what I did?
Stormbringer's just sitting there, like, nodding, staring at you, like, not like she's agreeing with you, not like she's saying that you did, like, she's just agreeing with you, and she's kind of frozen, staring at you with this deer in the headlights look.
Burbage, do you want me to tell you what I know?
Burbage will do the same thing to Charity that Stormbringer just did to him.
And suddenly I have bobbleheads for family.
I
Let
think maybe
I can start from the least impactful potentially to the most.
okay.
Shall I start with one thing?
Sure.
What you were just saying was true. When we went to the Emerald Falls, my strong suspicion, and you're kind of been proving it based on some of the things you've been saying, is that while most of us remembered something, you forgot something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
Do you... I like how we're now all just apparently idly measuring the town as we're doing dialogue.
It's not idle.
Okay.
It's because if you were high enough level to take Circle of Death, this would be the perfect sized town to... It's the Circle of Death. And I mean, it doesn't matter if we're trapped in a town if everyone who wants to threaten him is dead. But
she really wanted
don't
me to
have
take that spell, by the way, primarily for that reason. Not this town, the song. I don't know precisely what happened that night. I also don't know if you knew. If that makes sense.
It doesn't.
You,
that makes me more confused.
You told me things that indicated that you had some knowledge about that night that now it appears you don't. That's how I know that you chose to forget something around that. But I don't know the request you made of the waterfall. I don't know exactly how much or how little you knew. So I don't know if you knew that you had directly killed him or hadn't killed him and had seen everything that happened, or just had feelings about things that had happened, or witnessed something. I don't know how much you knew, so I don't know exactly how much you've forgotten.
Burbage will nod at this, and then go over and kick Hikari.
I wouldn't necessarily do that.
Like Burbage did it.
She's a biter.
Yeah, we
Hikari. It's a gentle kick.
She's a biter.
I probably don't feel it really, so.
Hikari, are you awake?
Yep.
You said
I'm blistering.
you could cast some kind of memory spell on me to restore things that I've forgotten. Can you do that now?
Yeah. Did someone kick me awake? Was that you?
I
Did that?
I didn't do anything to you that I wouldn't have done to Vimeris. It's playful. It's a sign of affection.
So
You
technically,
didn't-
you would have to prepare that spell, so it'd be the next day. when
Yeah,
you would do it.
I'm trying to decide. She's metagame. She's trying to decide if she should hit you for kicking her, or if she should be nice.
Do I feel like I see this debate?
Probably
Like my
a little. She's just like
left
staring at
Eyebrow
Burbage.
is just like in the air, and I'm like clenching my jaw.
If you're going I request that it be like
lightly slap him.
I was like, I request it be a slap or a punch, not the biting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
light
Like,
slap.
well, not light. I mean, for Hikari, light.
You're not
like it-
trying to rip his head off his shoulders.
No, but I'm not trying to kill him.
all right. That's your one slap today. That's your one slap, Hikari.
And then, so yeah, I have a spell, but it'll take me about a day to prepare it,
Oh, jeez.
and then I can help you recover your memory. I think.
All right, fine. You work on that. I'm going to get back in the bag. Burbage gets back in the bag.
Okay. Crawl in. Yeah, he just kind of like a cat, just sort of circles a couple times in the bag and then sits down. And...
Did you want any more disclosures or what?
No, that's fine. I'll just wait for Hikari. Everything's okay. Charity, I think you should go try to get the key to the ward glyph.
Charity and Stormbringer, you also hear someone else now kind of enter the establishment outside, very soft, and is kind of murmuring a bit to the person in charge out there.
Can I try to listen to them?
Please, of course, yeah. Anyone who wants to try perception check. Wah wah.
I rolled a 22.
Hell yeah. No, yeah, you just kind of cock your ear back to the door then that you're leaning against. And you hear now someone saying, which room is he in? Which room is he in? Yeah, no, he took a turn for the worse. He needs him back right away. All right. Okay. And then clumping off.
Huh. I'm gonna message to Charity. So that kind of seems like there's something wrong with, like, maybe Theodric, right? Because probably getting the guy that was traveling with Theodric.
Because of course there is.
No, maybe that's good, though. I'm still messaging. Maybe he'll just die. That was all in a message.
I know.
Everything dies eventually.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not real death, but I would take some
You
fake
got
death
one.
right now. What?
You got one I wasn't going to argue with.
I don't remember what you're talking about, but I appreciate that reference, Charity.
What would you like to do?
So we just gonna hope that we can camp out here until Burbage can get his memories back? I guess, you guys? Is Hikari asleep again?
No.
No, I'm preparing the
Okay.
spell.
Oh, okay.
You're starting to meditate already, yeah. Like she's basically asking her god then for this divine power to modify memory.
So if I'm meditating, am I aware of what's going on in the room?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, everyone else close your ears for just 1 second. You don't have to get off or anything.
Me? Not.
Yeah,
Who's staying
Also-
on?
yeah, everyone stays on. Just close your ears for 1 second.
Everyone but who?
Everyone but...
Sorry. I'm looking
Yeah.
at her.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was-
Sorry.
I was
That's
looking at
that's
you.
why I'm literally saying I'm
Okay.
like I need to know who needs
that
to
was-
like keep listening.
Yeah.
My bad. That was
Okay.
nonverbal.
Okay.
All right. Your god is a chaotic god. And you've done this memory spell once before,
Mhm.
and there was also a weird memory added. Just FYI. Okay,
Oh,
everyone's
okay.
back. All right.
So I'm gonna wait to tell him that until like right.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. Now that we've got that confusion sorted, I'm like, but who
we're
stays, Andy?
Yep. No, it's good.
I'm sure whatever that was won't bite us in the ass.
Not at all.
Andy, a quick question for
Yes.
you. A note that came up in Discord. Does Burbage still see the black spiral on the palm of his hand that appeared after the whole incident with the bubble person, the sphere person?
Yes.
Interesting. All right. So that's just been there from that point
Yeah.
on.
Just been there.
Love it.
Okie dokie, what are you gonna do? I mean, you feel like you could probably stay in here and then do a long rest tonight. You're just gonna be in this room for hours then.
I mean,
if
I'm
that's the
fine.
case.
Let's do that.
Have I heard the person from upstairs come down?
Yes, yeah, that person is sort of kind of come down, and you heard some kind of rushed clamping going down as well.
Rushed clamping?
Clamping, glamping, Glamour
What
camping.
are you trying to imply here? What noise is this supposed to be?
some clomping down the stairs quickly.
Like a buffalo?
Yes. Like, this person's probably a taller person, is what you
Like,
guess.
okay.
Not a
Okay.
halfling.
Oh, okay.
That's
I'm,
what I'm trying to
I'm
say.
like, I love that you're trying to be thematic, Andy, but I need a little help here. Are
Yeah,
you
no,
saying
you-
there's a centaur upstairs?
No, it's fine.
Are you saying that this person needed a cart to get up the stairs? So Burbage,
Yes.
do you, in your memory of this town, know anyone who might know something about evading these wards?
Let me see. Andy?
The only other person that you've known to really sneak out of this town is Avery, and you're not sure that was warded at all? Other than that, just powerful people in town might know about it.
Let me see. I guess the one person who might have been able to help us is the person that we left back in his home.
It's not like he's
which is
dead.
Avery. What?
It's not like he's dead.
Oh, yeah, I hope not.
Fair
But
point.
that isn't a thing, so that's all right.
Yeah.
Wait, now you're rubbing off on me. Shit, I hate this. And yeah, I guess my mother's super powerful, but she does not really believe that I'm innocent, according to Avery. So I
And was
highly
also-
doubt.
And was also terrible to you based on something you'd said to us previously.
Oh yeah, she was a monster.
Oh, incidentally, I meant to offer, while we were here, would you like her house to be flammable?
I mean, I think everything's flammable, Charity.
Everything is flammable.
Charity, I don't want you to murder my mother. Jesus
I
Christ.
didn't specify
What
she had
happened
to
to
be
you
in the
guys?
house.
Ramirez
just-
got stuck in a pillar of ice, and then you wrote us a note that sounded like a suicide note, basically, and left?
Basically,
wasn't
two of the
just-
only people that I've managed to find any form of connection with in the 4 years that I have memories of were gone within a day of each other. Oh, and then an undead tried to murder me.
Wow. What is this? The Breakfast Club? Right? Oh, that's just a reference
What?
to...
It's mid-afternoon.
It's a reference to a club that I was in here in Diefield.
Do they have a way out past the wall?
No, we mostly just stayed in one place for hours after school.
So this.
Yeah, a lot like this, actually. Yeah, that's why I brought it up. Anyway, I guess one thing we could do is you guys could go talk to my mother and tell her that you've been hired to catch me, and she would probably do everything in her power to help you do that because she hates me.
But we already caught you.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, yeah.
We would let me do the talking on this one.
In fact, I would love to hear my mother's... I mean, I would love to hear Burbage's mother's voice, so I think we should go do that.
The truth outs.
Wait, but I don't understand. We already caught you. So
It's
remember-
a ruse.
It's just a variation on the Burbag Gambit, the Theodrock sack. It's all
I
the
should
same
put
thing
you
at this
in a
point.
bag.
No, you put me in a bag.
No,
You can't possibly trust to leave me here alone
That's
after what
certainly
I've done.
true. Yeah.
So you put me in the bag, and we go to my mother's house, and I stay absolutely quiet because I don't want her to hear me. And you guys tell her something like, "Hi, Mrs. Kemp. We are a team of bounty hunters who have been hired to catch your son. We hate him, and we want to catch him. But the magistrates and the guards, they're not. Charity can fill this part in later.
Competent.
Yeah, they're not competent, and they're not giving us enough, give on the leash, so to speak. What we need is, etc., etc. Charity will fill this in later.
Ways to hurt him.
Ways to hurt
Wait,
it. Yeah, sure, like
but-
that.
I don't want to hurt him.
Stormbringer, you just wanted to cut a piece of flesh out of my back.
Just to get the sigil out, not to hurt you.
That was going to hurt, and you know.
I know, it would hurt a lot, but that's not why I wanted to do it.
Anyway, so it's all right, Stormbringer. I understand. It's a brainstorming session. No bad ideas.
Thank you.
Especially not my idea. My idea is pretty good, right?
You guys sort of look over at Hikari because you notice she's glowing a tiny bit. And slightly in the air above her head is kind of a fiery, script that's starting to write. And it's starting to sort of curve around a little bit. And then it kind of curves around a little bit more. And then a little bit more. And then there's a fiery glowing penis above her head.
What?
And then that pops into smoke and is gone.
What?
Is that
But-
normal, you guys?
So he didn't warn me about that metagame. But, so I have
did
no
you
idea
guys-
what's going on.
Did you see that?
Yeah, is that is that a thing that, tiefling clerics have happen a lot?
You think you also hear just a bit of giggling kind of in the air around you.
I'm
and then
gonna shrug.
disappear.
It's not a tiefling thing. Maybe tiefling cleric.
Is it a cleric thing? Hey Hikari, what's with the penis?
Can I answer?
Yeah,
Or am I-
you're just kind of meditating.
What?
There was a penis
Wait, do I
glowing
know-
in the air above you. It's gone now, but we all saw it. What was with that?
I'm just staring at you like
She's not kidding.
I'm speechless because I'm just like,
It was sort of fiery. It was sort of fiery script at first.
But it was a penis.
In the end,
You do know that every once in a while your god likes to
play
have a
jokes.
bit of fun with how
Okay.
you prepare spells.
So I guess I just I just kind of explain that to you guys. I guess.
That's one possibility.
I mean, I'm a cleric, so
this is why I'm not big on the religion.
What's
I
your
mean-
god's name, Hikari?
oh crap, what is
Eris.
Eris?
Eris. Oh, that's cool. Eris sounds kind of fun. Maybe a bit more fun than Behelit, am I right? Eh? Anyway.
Okay.
Eris, the goddess of chaos?
I was gonna say the goddess of discord?
Yep.
Not a product placement.
I'm like meditating. I don't even open my eyes. I'm like, yep.
That explains so much.
So many
Hikari.
things.
I just smile.
Well, I'm going to get back in the bag, if you'll excuse me.
And then
I
we're gonna
crawl
go
back
put
in
your
the
mom
bag.
in the bag with you?
No. I handle all the interactions at the estate.
But what if I need to put someone in a bag or threaten them or hurt them?
I'm going to get out of the bag. Stormbringer, do you want to put me in the bag? Would that help? Would that scratch this itch?
No, I mean, maybe. I can
All
try.
right, let's give it a try. All right, here's the bag. You can sort of hold the bag here. I'm going to hand it to you. Do you have it now?
Yeah.
All right, and now I'm going to lift my arms, and like a child is about to be dressed in the morning.
Huh. Okay.
Put me in the bag. All right, would that help? Go for it.
Maybe.
Let's
So
give it a
I'll
try.
put Burbage in the bag.
No,
I
don't put
mean-
me in the bag. I don't want this. No, I'm stuck in this bag.
I'm still kind of confused about this whole premise.
Yeah,
But-
I am too. He's fundamentally misunderstanding something, but again,
Wait, no, I'm confused about not putting his mom in the bag.
Kethelkaskeshk.
You're cursing a lot more often lately, Charity.
I felt the need to. Okay. If such a point should come that violence needs to be directed against anyone, I will let you know. Without specific instructions to, do not attempt to place Mrs. Kemp inside a bag, satchel, haversack, any form of grocery or dry goods receptacle.
Asks me to.
Don't.
Okay.
If
What if she
ins-
can smell Burbage like the vampire could?
That would be fucking weird. Namely, because that's a vampire!
Okay, I'm just saying your plan has some holes in it. Like, what if she likes being in bags? Or what if she has a really keen sense of smell?
Okay, tell you what. I'll compromise with this. If she specifically requests to be placed inside a bag, just put her in a different bag than the one that has Burbage. Okay?
Okay, I can do that.
Nice. I'll second that.
Okay, I'm good then. I'll give Charity the thumbs up.
Charity's gonna sort of like be rubbing his eyes with one hand and give Stormbringer a thumbs up with the other. Do you he's gonna turn to Hikari. Do you need to stay where you are to do what you're doing?
No, I can.
You
I
can
can
move,
come
yeah.
with. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you were able to come with us.
Yes.
I mean, we couldn't leave her here alone. It's dangerous.
There are
Yeah,
vampires.
that's probably not a good idea. Of just. Well, I mean, I can kick anyone's ass, but if a bunch of people come.
Well, it's more of like a bunch of vampires town guards.
Yeah.
If they just set the entire building on fire. You know, safer to move
True.
together. So I'm gonna listen at the door for just a second, make sure I don't hear anyone.
All right. You do not hear anyone.
Okay. I'll go ahead and unlock the door and... Or it locked... Did it lock from the inside or the outside? I had the key, and they used the key to lock it, and then there's just a, I assume, like a normal bolt mechanism or something on this side.
Right, yeah, it's... Yeah.
So I'll just
exactly.
unlock it and exit the room.
All right. You come out. You take your key with you. You don't see the person at the front desk at the moment. But if you want, you could just stride out the door, all of you.
Yep.
All right. You go out into the afternoon air of Diefield. And actually, why don't we take a quick break at this moment? Let everyone take a drink, go to the bathroom, get a quick bite to eat, and then we shall resume.
Sounds good. See y'all soon.
Woohoo!
Hey, we're back. And a quick reminder for anyone joining in or listening in right now. We're doing this live, recording our podcast, but it is very, very far advanced in the future from the podcast that we're publishing currently. So if you were looking for some continuity here, there's gonna be a big gap. But if you're not, if you're just looking for some D&D fun, well, baby, we got you covered. So anyway, the group has now exited the Blackwood Inn, and it's actually quite a nice day. The afternoon sun is peering through the clouds. Townsfolk seem to be going about their business. You really don't see too many guards around, and no one really, excuse me, no one really seems to be eyeing you guys too much. And you're gonna make your way kind of south toward the Kemp estate.
Yep. I was gonna say, do you want me to just jump forward, or?
Sure. Yeah. We'll take everyone there. And yeah. Weep. All right. Yeah, and there's a black gate in a kind of a tall fence surrounding the Kemp estate itself.
Define tall.
Like 5 foot, yeah.
Okay.
Especially surrounding the door itself. But the gate is open currently. And if you want, you can just go right up to the door and knock on it.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
All right. As you do that, you hear a few voices inside. And one of them very clearly seems to be Avery. And he actually opens the door right before you kind of knock on it. And he's looking back at someone, and he's saying, I don't care what you think. That's what I was told to tell you. All right? Now, seriously, Mother, you need to stop with all this. I'm not the one, okay? And he turns around and he sees you, and he, oh, you scared me there, big guy. I was just leaving.
Indeed. Good day, Master Ken.
Good day to you 3. And
Just
he kind of
so.
winks, like real, like obviously at Stormbreath. And then he exits and kind of starts to head north.
I'm gonna message cantrip to Burbage in the bag. You're also subtler and more competent.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. And I'm gonna sort of, is the door still open?
It is, yeah.
I'm just gonna sort of rap on the door frame. Hello?
Yes? Who's there?
My companions and I were retained by the guard's office to help them resolve a matter that you might have some familiarity with.
I don't mess around with the local guards. No. You have the wrong Kemp. That is my son.
We were hoping that you might have some information that could help us resolve the situation quickly and quietly.
Appearing from what looks to be kind of a dining room, very quickly there's an old halfling woman. Her hair is in sort of large braids that fall around on either side of her face, and she's wearing kind of gold and purple and blue swirling patterns in her robes that are dragging behind her. And she looks a little red in the face as she comes around the corner. And she says, "I have no matters with you. Begone."
It was merely that it was indicated to us by the guards and the magistrates that you were a person of great import in the town and that your knowledge could be valuable.
Well, of course, I'm a Kemp.
Indeed, and
Kemps have been here since we were co-founders of the town.
indeed.
Of course I'm important.
I had not known that.
I'm sure the things you do not know could fill a library.
That seems most likely. But
Why have you not left yet?
because I was not done with my questions.
Do you need me here to ask them? 'Cause I have things to do.
Yes, because I'm asking the questions of you.
Couldn't you just ask them of the air? I'm sure you'll get the same answer. Good day. She turns.
All right, lady.
Whoa, dear. That's...
I
And
just
I'm
start
actually going to say
walking
that whole thing came out in character.
past everyone.
Hikari just moves past everyone, yeah.
Dear.
We're gonna ask you some questions. You're gonna answer them.
Oh, what?
Just stop being such a bitch.
My dear. I have,
Burbage laughs from inside his bag.
I have not been called that word in many years. No one has dared.
She's about to dare another 15 times in the next 3 sentences.
Ground starts to rumble, and yeah, I look pretty bad. Like, are
Do you
you gonna
take me-
answer the questions or not?
You take me for common folk. I told you I'm a Kemp.
Hold on. Hikari's thinking.
Oh, I don't
You
like
could
what
have-
she's thinking.
You could have told us you were a butterbur.
Ah! Who cares? The butterburs.
What's a butterbur, you guys?
It's actually a plant.
Is it a food?
No.
Oh, okay, I'll go back to not talking.
Probably for the best.
Burbage will message Cantrip Stormbringer. Butterbear's also the name of a bartender I once met.
I'm gonna message back to Burbage. Was he a food?
Not that I know of.
Oh, God.
Stormbringer looks disappointed.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Let me make a saving throw here.
Also, be sure to tell the people what you're making that saving throw for.
Right. So it appears that Hikari has just said a word, and
In what? In common, or?
would you like it to be blinded or deafened?
Oh, blinded.
Okay.
Definitely.
So she said the infernal word for blind,
You're going to hear Charity in common. Oh, fuck.
and the woman's eyes just go white. She kind of looks around and says, "Cheap parlor tricks. That's what these are.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Strong-arming of the highest order. I demand you return
Are
my
there
sight."
any muting spells that I can do?
There's a silence, but I don't think you
Yeah.
have that. Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
rub
will
my head.
call the gods.
Look, we were hired by the guards to find Burbage Kemp and deliver him. Preferably not in many pieces. And we were hoping that you could provide us with some insight into where he might be in the city, or if he might have escaped, since all they managed to do was mark him.
I see. I'm afraid of Burbage, Kemp. I don't know anyone by that name.
If there were someone, let's just go with Burbage last name redacted. who was hiding in the city and was a wanted fugitive with no connection to your family. Where might they hide? 1, and 2, if they had been marked by the guards, but that's all they managed to do, having gotten the drop on him with an entire squad, is there a way that he could get that removed and be outside the city, because they haven't given us a lot to go on?
My dear boy, you seem to know a lot of the goings-on here for being an outsider.
I like to get paid for jobs that seem straightforward, although the competency of the common guard is making it a bit difficult.
Well, now that I can agree with.
She's still blinded,
There's
right?
no one- Yes, she's still blinded. Yeah.
Charity is
There's
like pantomiming like retching noises with his face.
There is no one within the city walls that can undo that, but for Theodric himself. Otherwise, only the magistrates, and they are outside the walls. I say, maybe you just slip him a bit of poison, let him drink himself to death like he was wont to do.
Oh, I thought you meant Theodric for a moment. That
Oh
seemed
God, no!
apropos of nothing.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't hear me say that specifically.
So I
But you're
Am I
thinking
supposed
it really loud, aren't you?
Thinking it is something quite different, my boy. You're still in the front. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna start to smile really sweetly and
She can't see.
To
I
the
know.
blind woman.
To the blind.
but I
woman.
know
Yeah.
just telling my
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
sweet and I basically say I'm trying to think here. Wouldn't you we're just standing here, wouldn't you just like to invite us in and we can just have a nice little
No, you're
talk?
standing in my front foyer. I've not invited you in. You barged in like common thieves. You blinded me. I want nothing of you.
Not yet.
You're looking for a persuasion roll?
Yes.
Not from the woman you blinded right now. You can undo her blindness as a
Oh,
start.
I didn't know I could do that.
Yes.
Okay, well I'll undo it. I thought it just lasted. And I couldn't.
No, you're fine.
I'll undo it then.
Oh,
You wave your hand in front of her face, and her eyes sort of come back to this deep grayish green.
I'll sort of step
Ah.
forward and bow very deeply. I do apologize. You understand the frustrations of having had to deal with those guards, especially the two tall ones, the blondes.
Yes.
Frustrating in the
Recall those sisters.
frustrating in the extreme when we simply came in, attempted to assist them, and then they've managed to do nothing to make our job any easier. Why, in this brief snippet of conversation with one as wise as yourself, you provided us with far more information than they managed. It's surprising that they managed to stammer out your address correctly at all.
Ah, I see. Well, is there anything else you need? Or shall you be like shadows and cast yourselves away from me?
I think you have a deeply flawed understanding of how shadows work.
Yeah, wait, shadows just like never go near her?
No, they always go out from me.
Well, only if
Sun
it's your
makes
shadow.
a shadow. I cast a shadow away from me.
But there are other shadows, lady, like buildings.
Do you
can
not
make
go
shadows.
out at noon?
Rarely do I go out at noon.
Okay. That might explain some of this lack of
pop.
perspective.
It's the pauper's time. Noon.
It's the pauper's hour. Okay, Charity's trying to bring this... Galway is trying to bring back Charity, and Charity is also in the process of trying to recompose himself. Can you think of anywhere that a fugitive by the name of Burbage, last name Redacted, might go?
I cannot. If I were being honest, I would have thought he'd have come here. He did not.
Indeed.
I would have thought he went to Avery's, and it seems he did not there either. So I would check the whorehouses and anywhere there's a drink, and beyond that, I cannot tell you. I have not spoken to my son in a very, very, very long time.
Hey, can you tell us anything about what happened the night that that dude died that Burbage has wanted for? We want to know more of what we're dealing with him.
Yeah, so what could I tell you? Burbage was his cold, silent self around me as normal. He had been even more so lately since Theodric had been sent away. And the mayor burned in his bed, and Burbage was gone that night. That's all I know.
Does Burbage have such abilities?
No, of course not. And she kind of stops herself. She almost said something that she just kind of swallows again, almost. And you see her kind of taken aback just a bit, and she's now a bit nervous.
Burbage is
not that type of Kemp. Now, is there anything else that you need, or can you finally be gone? I believe I have words to speak with Elder Dale.
Elder Dale?
Yes, the matriarch of that Dale family.
Indeed. No, but
this mess with Burbage is not even about Burbage. It's something that's been going on a long time between the Dales and the Kemps.
I have two more questions. You said that he was not that sort of Kemp. What did you mean by that?
That is getting into the business of my family, and I shall not be a part of it.
I understand.
I would not gossip or spread rumors that are 100% true.
And if others were to spread those rumors, what would they have been?
Well, some say that there is something buried within the city. Something the two founding families of the town had set aside for future generations. And that the firstborn of each Kemp and Dale had a claim to it. And that firstborn had certain powers tied to this object. Yes, that is... They would say something like that, of course.
I understand. Would those powers have anything to do with flames?
Dear boy. I don't think you could be more wrong.
Last question for you, and thank you for your time. If we were so fortunate as to quietly end this matter, if we had the opportunity to, before the guards came, is there anything that you would like to have been able to quietly say to Burbage?
He wasn't wrong. But of course you don't know what that means.
Charity will bow. I do not know what it means, nor do I need to. If I have the opportunity, I will pass that message to him. And then forget that I ever heard it.
Stormbringer will
Bless.
feel a sharp, jab in her back. Right now.
Thank you for your time, ma'am.
Thank you, and yes, you were pleasant. You, on the other hand,
I really wouldn't do
I
that.
just turn and walk. I'm just
I
walking
would
away.
give you a thumbs down.
What
Message
does that
cantrip
even
to-
mean?
Yeah.
Message cantrip to Stormbringer.
Yep,
Stormbringer,
can.
I don't ask her what she meant by that. He wasn't wrong. I don't know what she referring to.
I'm gonna message to Burbage. I think you'll probably know when Hikari gets you your memories back.
Oh, maybe. Maybe not. I would just ask her for more detail. Let's see what she says.
I don't think she wants to give us more detail, dude.
Oh, just do it.
She's
Stormbringer.
shutting the door now.
Oh,
You now hear several locks being clicked into place.
I'm gonna reach over and pat Hikari on the shoulder. The blindness was funny.
I just look at him and smile.
Nice.
Okay.
You guys make a good cop, bad cop pair.
That's true, they do. I didn't even think of that.
It could be a TV show.
Oh God.
The demon and the demon.
Two tieflings.
Alright.
Two tieflings, one horn. Sort of like. I'm gonna message Cantrip to Burbage. What were you right about?
I don't know. I
Oh,
guess
son of a bitch.
Probably I wasn't wrong. That you know what? Adam actually had something. And I actually forget it.
Stop taking emeralds into the shower.
You know,
Weird
probably
insight.
something like that I wasn't wrong that she hated me.
And
But
the-
that business about the Kemps and the Dales, that's news to me.
I mean,
Fascinating. I'm riveted.
Also, Andy.
Yeah.
From the interaction that I got with her, does what Burbage said, I wasn't wrong, she hated me, did that at all jive with the way she was speaking near the end of that?
Yeah, give me an insight roll to kind of read into that a little bit.
9?
With a 9, it's hard to tell. You feel there was a tiny bit of regret, maybe, in it? And so that doesn't necessarily fit with what Burbage was saying?
And both that and the one I was thinking of, he's not... And then
Yeah,
that
one-
sort of Kemp. I didn't...
Yeah, that's really hard to pick out. She's certainly hiding something.
But it didn't
not
sound
quite
like she
sure.
was being critical of him with that, or
No, probably more trying to hide a secret or something.
yeah, which then seems like it might have been related to the obviously completely spurious rumors that she was discussing with me.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna say, message Cantrip to Burbage. You didn't know anything about any artifact or mysterious powers that came with it?
Andy, I'm assuming no. Right?
Say
Or
that
am
again.
I-
What's the question exactly?
Okay, I think what Galway's asking, or what Charity's asking, is whether Burbage had any awareness of this whole something buried under Diefield that the Kemps and the Dales knew about, and that bestowed powers on the firstborn of each family, etc., etc.
Yeah. You heard some rumors. You've heard tale of the Kemps and the Dales being the ones that started Diefield itself. But you've always very purposefully put yourself at a distance from this, because this was something that Avery was kind of involved with, and Theodric was kind of involved with, and you did not like not having that connection with them, so
Yeah.
you very purposefully shoved out a lot of that information and distanced yourself from any real talk about it. So yes, you are aware of that sort of presence. You have no specifics about it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I haven't thought about it in years. There's a lot of repressed memories going on here. But yeah, I always heard, rumors. I knew that the Kemps and the Dales, were co-founders of Diefield, and that they were powerful families. But I tried to ignore all that because, frankly, I was jealous of my brother and I resented my mother, and I didn't want ever to have anything to do with them. So,
Burbage,
but yes.
does Avery have any magical powers to the best of your knowledge?
Well, it seems like he might. I think we should go talk to him, and I would love to ask him about that because I think I deserve to know.
I'm gonna sort of say, when we got, just as a note, I'm gonna alternately message cantrip this to Burbage and Stormbringer, and actually, sorry, I know that this is then serial things, but I'm gonna say it first to Burbage, but I'll also whisper it in Infernal so that Hikari can hear it. When we were at Avery's, and I cast Thaumaturgy to say family down to the cellar, Avery reacted as if he knew what I'd done. But not hearing it, it seemed as if he sensed the magic itself.
Wow. That's Avery for you. He's a fuck.
I'm gonna message to Charity. Let's go, cut sigils out of him. Because I think he's the reason Burbage might be in this trouble.
I think that you and I are having very similar thoughts. I don't like him, and I don't trust him. I'm gonna quickly feel to make sure that my my family sigil is still safely sort of under my cloak.
Yeah.
And check to make sure my dagger is still in its holster.
It is.
I was hoping we could finally visit a town and not have a low-scale war.
It's the circle of death.
You've started singing that a lot recently, and I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, Hikari, what do you think we should do? Seems like we could go try to talk to the magistrate to get the key. I don't think that's going to go well. We could go talk to Avery to see if we can get more answers. I'm not sure how well that's going to go. That ranges from we might get more answers to we have to kill people.
Yeah.
We could try to wait it out.
On the right side.
We could try to wait it out and see if once you've performed this... Incidentally, this conversation is occurring in Infernal. Once you take care of the memories, see if there's anything useful that's been remembered.
Feel like, as much as I don't want to wait, and going and interrogating people, killing them sounds fun.
It sounds fun.
I'm in the mood today. I feel like we should maybe wait until he can have his memories back.
It might help fill in some of the gaps.
I feel like it will help a lot. But if you want to do one of those other things, I can totally be persuaded.
I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't understand everything that's happening here, and I've gotten a little bit nervous about things that are buried underneath halfling towns. That didn't turn out so great for us last time. What the fuck is it about basements and halfling towns? Let's live under the ground.
I mean, it's not like I can't. I'm preparing the spell, but it's not like I can't also go interrogate someone while we're doing that, right?
Yeah. The spell will be prepared.
Yeah, that's
by tomorrow morning.
Well, I'm saying this out loud in Infernal.
Yeah. That. I'm like, all right. So you're open to most of these.
Yes.
I'll sort of turn to, well, I guess I literally turn to Burbage and Stormbringer since they're occupying the same space. What do you think?
I think the safe thing to do is to go back to the inn.
I kind of feel like it's... What do you want to do, Burbage? I feel like this is your thing. So what do you prefer?
I guess I'll message cantrip Charity. Are you done talking in Infernal? You know, I can't understand that, right?
I wanted to make her feel included.
Oh.
And I didn't want to say your name repeatedly out loud. That hasn't gone great for us in the past.
Listen, I think we should go and talk to Theodric so we can remove the ward glyph. But if you guys don't want to do that, and I assume that you don't, I think we should go and try to get some answers from Avery.
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 That sounds... And I just start walking.
Okay.
I think that was a message cantrip. I'm not sure you could have heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. Never
But
mind.
I actually, at the end of that, wanted to make Hakari feel included. So I did say Avery
In
the name
Inferno.
out loud.
In Inferno.
Okay.
The message
so
cantrip is just another way to exclude her.
Yeah,
so
that's
I,
what was-
yeah.
Actually, I'm
So
mostly
I start
using it as a
walking
way to
that way.
not have conversations with the bag out loud. Like, fine, let's go to Avery. And I'm actually in favor, potentially, of trying to meet with Theodric, but I prefer you had your memories first.
Yeah, that might help. I'm a goober for having them removed. No, I'm really feeling a lot of internal stress about it.
I am in turmoil.
Yeah. As you kind of get into the square here,
Oh, I wasn't gonna go.
why don't Charity and Hikari give me perception checks?
Okay.
Charity and Hikari. I'm one of those.
You're one of those.
9.
A 9.
Perception?
I'd like to point out that I've rolled 8s multiple times and then added a 1. Yes!
Oh,
What I-
Jesus.
That's a nat
Roll a
20.
That's a nat 20 for Hikari.
Yay!
Yeah. Charity, you were sort of seeing kind of people kind of milling around a little bit. Hikari, for some reason, you just have a thing with carts, like in caravans. And so whenever you see a traveling like cart or carriage, your eyes just kind of immediately like lock onto it. And in this particular case, when you do this, the cart that is up here next to a couple of these people, you see something black just sort of like whip out of the cart underneath it. And then you see two sort of red worm-like things sort of slither out of the cart and hide behind the wheel. And then each of them attacks and latches on to the two halflings next to the cart there.
I see a black thing and 2 red things.
Yes,
So 3 things.
and the two red things latch on like almost like snakes, like bite at
The two
halflings
So
here.
the
And
black
halfling-
thing is still under the cart.
You think so? Yeah, you don't
Okay.
see that at the moment, but you
Okay.
saw all that movement happen very, very quickly.
So you guys just see me start running in that direction.
Okay.
And I yell back, "Weird things attacking! Halflings!"
Kel'Thuzad.
Yeah, I'm just running.
All right, Hikari, you are running up to these two halflings as fast as you can, who definitely reacted at first to something kind of biting them, but by
no one saw these things attack them.
No.
It wasn't like, okay, just me.
No, yeah, it's just you now running up to these two halflings who, at this point, have now kind of straightened up again and are now sort of puzzled as you're charging toward them with your sword and shield out.
I stop like really abruptly, right? Just kind of like
Yeah.
right in front of the first one.
Okay,
And just sort of like tilt my head and look at him.
all right.
Because obviously I realized that no one else could see that.
Yeah. Can I help you, miss?
Okay, is anyone... How far are they behind me? Is everyone?
Yeah, what is everyone else doing?
I
You guys
was
running?
moving sort of more slowly. I basically saw Hikari charging towards halflings and went,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel good to just have the two tieflings haul ass towards a couple of halflings. Perhaps a more calm, orderly, but still definitely in range to be able to support.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure I can support her from any point in this rather small square.
Indeed.
I keep my eyes on the two halflings, but I just start sort of backing up towards Charity.
Okay.
And I say, "There's something wrong. I saw these red worm things come out from the cart. And I don't know, they attached themselves to these halflings and now they're acting normal again."
Does that sound like anything I know of?
Yeah, like there's...
No, that's really weird. There's all kinds of monsters
I'm
that
not-
want to attach themselves to people, but
By the way, I'm saying this very quietly
Sure,
to him.
sure,
I'm not
sure,
like
yeah.
screaming at her. Okay.
yeah, and both the halflings are really scared that you just ran up straight to them and then have backed away slowly, staring at them entirely.
I'll kind of come up and say, you said it came from that cart?
Yes. It came from that car.
So I come up and I'm like, is that your cart?
Be careful though, because I saw something.
I mean, it was one of those in the mayor's train.
But it's not yours, specifically.
Oh no, we're just told to look after it for a bit.
I'm gonna walk up to the cart really slowly and take out my sword.
Okay.
And I want to like... Is there a cover on it?
There is. There's
like,
a
some
cover.
sort of-
Yeah.
So I just... I'm just gonna rip the cover off really quick and then
All right.
like sort of jump back with my sword up.
All right. You whip it off real quick. You expect to see something like moving in the cart, but you don't. You see boxes and really ornate vases, like probably about 7 or 8 of these things. 3 of them have like corks in them, but the rest don't.
Does it look like corks fell out from the
Yeah,
rest?
there's a couple corks
Oh no.
on the cart itself, just kind of loose underneath those vases.
Okay, I'm gonna step away from the cart.
I'm
Back
also
to where I think something can't strike at me, but
Okay.
I'm gonna get down kind of on the ground and look.
also as a distinct note, Andy, I am
Yeah.
watching both of the halflings closely.
Okay.
Like, I'm not, like, staring at them angrily or anything, but, you know,
Yeah.
this is not a, oh, they casually stabbed you in the back while you weren't looking.
Yeah. No, very good. Charity, you kind of see the one right next to you, begin to kind of sweat just a little bit. And he kind of coughs a couple times, and he says,
Oh, no.
"Sir, what is she doing?"
Do you feel warm?
Oh, it's a warm day, I suppose.
Where... Oh, no.
And Charity, looking underneath the cart, you just see the shadow of the cart. Yeah, you don't see anything moving or any black mass of anything.
Do I think it could be hiding in the shadows underneath the cart?
You can certainly kind of poke at it with your
Nope.
sword or something like that, or otherwise
So,
you'd have to cast like a light spell.
I'm gonna say to Charity and Infernal, I think something like the corks came out of bottle. There's something in these bottles, and I think they escaped somehow.
Miss, this cart doesn't belong to you. Do you mind not looking through
Oh, I'm not.
the possessions?
I'm not looking through it. I
I'm-
just saw the.
I'm going
Not
to
like-
say to her in Infernal,
Okay.
how many?
How many?
How many
Uh,
corks?
There was like
2.
8 bottles in total. 3 still had corks in them.
No.
And you saw 2 corks like rolling around. Yeah.
Only 3 still had corks in them.
Yeah.
So there were bottles that were uncorked.
Yes.
I'm gonna hiss at Hikari in Infernal. We might have fire blight incoming.
Do I know what that is?
You've heard stories.
Big pissed off fire
Fire
elementals.
blights.
You might be getting you might be
Oh.
getting your fight.
Yes.
I'm going to message Cantrip back then to Stormbringer and Burbage. We might have a fire blight situation on our hands.
I'm gonna message to Charity. I have Burbage in a bag. What the fuck am I supposed to do with him? I can't be running into battle with him in a bag.
I think if it comes down to fire blight, we might be able to pop him out for a little bit.
That seems like a terrible idea.
I'm gonna turn to the halflings who seem very like confused. Are they feeling like, do they look progressively warmer?
No, they're just kind of like the one is sweaty and the other one seems fine at the moment.
Tell me, you said that this was one of the mayor's carts.
Oh, it was in his. I mean, we picked it up on the road, along with one chap.
What chap?
Oh, the guy. He had a dark hood on. He was looking for a ride. He was coming to Diefield anyway, so yeah, we just let him come with us.
Was this his cart?
Hi, yeah.
Where is he now?
Oh, well, I don't exactly know. He asked us to just watch it for a little bit, and then he kind of took off. I'm not sure where he went. Oi, Ephraim, did you see where he went? And the guy back here, was over by Hikari's. No, I didn't see where he went. Did you see where he went? Oh no, that's why I'm asking you, Ephraim. Ephraim's not the brightest.
I'm gonna be thinking about the things that I've heard. Oh dear. How has the mayor been feeling?
Oh, Mayor's been actually quite sick the last couple of days. He's got like a really bad fever. And
shit.
But no, I think the bloke kind of went he went north that way, and as he points, Charity, something from his sleeve bursts out at you, and snaps at you in midair, and you just get an incredibly hot sensation, sort of all over you. And the halfling, oh, what the Jesus, what the fuck is that?
Wait, the halfling that it burst out of started yelling?
It like popped out of his
okay.
sleeve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't we go ahead and roll initiative?
Yes.
Yay.
And please recall to click on your character icons before you roll initiative.
And I have my dagger.
You do.
Oh, we rolling well. Holy crap.
Click on your icon.
Lena, you rolled min and max
Yep.
with advantage.
I got a nat 20, I guess, since I have advantage on initiative.
It
so
still refuses to read advantage for my initiative, so
that's weird. Let me look at it when we get off tonight.
Yeah.
I can see if
I got a
tell it
20.
how to
I
do
got a
it like I did.
23.
All right.
Burbage also critted his initiative.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Hold on.
Chapow.
Wow, that's incredibly high initiative from everything. All right. As this is going on, something just clicks Stormbringer. For as soon as Charity said we might have Fireblight incoming, you just immediately went into battle mode. You took out your now sort of golden gleaming axe, and the nice clear day has immediately started to swirl and erupt in clouds above you. And electricity is now crackling around you. What would you like to do as you now sort of see these large sort of snake-like creatures?
Burbage also critted.
Which also critted?
Burbage also critted his initiative.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
What?
So Stormbringer and Burbage, you guys will be able to go first here. However you'd like to do this.
Okay. Can I go first since I have the burr bag on me?
I would
Yeah.
assume so.
Sounds good.
Okay. I'm gonna move over to the wall that's to my right and set the bag down, and then message to Burbage. Just stay in the bag and I'll protect you, okay? Don't come out. But maybe peek out so that you can use your evasionary tactics in case of fire. I'm gonna set him down like right against the wall where I think he's kind of out of the way and safe.
All right.
And so is that like just movements right now, even though I talk?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move into whatever the hell this is that just jumped out at Charity.
Okay.
Bonus action, rage, and swing at the thing with my battle axe.
All right.
And I rolled a 13.
That does not actually hit. He just barely dodges out of the way as you swing down with your battle axe.
Okay, second attack.
It's now hissing at you.
Also, I used the wrong one, but that's okay. 22.
Certainly hits.
for 9 points of damage, plus I think 3. I think my rage damage has gone up.
All right.
Yeah, so 12 points of damage total.
And your lightning
Excellent.
DC is way higher than I thought it was.
Right. Yeah, I just had not been recalculating that, and it's based on my con, so I definitely should have been. So it needs to make a DC 17 dex.
All right. He rolled. Oh gosh, he critted.
Bummer.
Yeah, he's good.
Will he still take half?
We'll see.
Or does a crit invalidate completely?
Nah, we'll see.
Okay, so he'll take,
One of those.
1 point of damage. Lightning damage. And that's my turn.
All right. Chera Burbage. Where's Burbage?
Chera Burbage. He's at the top.
Chera Burbage.
Oh
This-
god, it's our fusion form.
This is stupid. I hate this, Andy. I hate all of this.
Okay.
Possibly
First
you
of all-
as well.
First of all, are these blocks? Are these squares literally 10 feet instead of 5?
Yeah, everything's like 10 feet. Yeah.
That is ridiculous. So the range of my hand crossbow is only 30 feet.
You can hit this one.
It-
You can hit the one that's right by me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the minimum. Remember that you can still go to its maximum
With disadvantage.
with disadvantage.
Right.
Listen not to the poisoned words of the DM.
So Burbage will scoff at Stormbringer's words to him. I mean, not entirely scoff, but a little bit of a scoff. And he'll definitely peek out of the bag. And, geez, Burbage is so confused about everything right now. But I guess battle, like combat, simplifies things for the moment. Yeah, let's just put it. Let's just say that is what's happening in Burbage's brain, and so he will. While and Andy, don't fuck with me on this. My initiative, I critted, so just let me do what I want to do.
Okay.
While hidden in the bag. Well, I guess if I'm going after that one, I don't need to be hidden, but I'm going to anyway. I will try to shoot this guy with my hand crossbow. Let's say that I equipped both of my hand crossbows, or got them loaded
Yeah.
with ammo. Once I kind of, in fact, I probably did that back when we were going to visit my mom.
Okay. Sounds good.
So they were already loaded. I will attack this one with both of my hand crossbows, and does being hidden give me advantage as well as sneak attack?
It does not. Yeah, no, it does in this case. Yeah.
All right. Well, here
As he
goes.
rolls, I'm also just picturing as we're walking down the street to his mother's charity hearing. What was that?
Yes,
What was
exactly.
that? I thought you said you didn't want me to kill her.
Both of those hit.
All right, I'll roll, and these are my walloping bolts for the record.
Ooh.
So, 26?
So that was 10 piercing damage, 16 sneak attack damage for the. Oh, did I do those on the offhand crossbow?
It does. Yeah.
Oh,
it
no, it's
absolutely
not gonna-
killed him.
Wow.
On that first. Yeah.
Oh, so I don't even get to.
You could use the second roll on something else, if you wanted to. But there's really nothing else in range or sight right now.
Yeah, I mean, if there was any way that I could apply, like, use the whole crit initiative thing to kind of say that like Burbage fucking hit this one, and then also like peeked out of the bag just enough to see this one over to the left. I know it's like out of range, but like, is there any kind of badass way that he could hit that other thing?
I mean, if you leap out of the bag and get a little closer, that'd certainly be badass enough.
And then I could still use the offhand attack roll that I rolled.
Yeah.
All right, I'll fucking do it.
All right. You shoot one from the bag. You shoot it through its neck, and and it just immediately bursts into flames. And Stormbringer and Charity, if not for your resistance to the fire, it actually probably would have hurt a little bit. And it catches some of the robes of this halfling on fire, just a little bit as it sort of exploded. And then you just see Burbage, this like blur, immediately rush out of the bag, and with his other crossbow, he hit this one for 6.
And I'm gonna do my d20 for that.
Please.
That's a 19.
You shoot it off just a little bit to the side. He kind of flings up into the air and then rolls on its side. It's technically prone, I guess. It's not kind of reared up.
I'll also can I say this, Andy?
Yes.
I am. Burbage is wearing the Fireblight cultist mask. He
All right.
he put that on before getting out of the bag.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. All right.
So are we doing the crit round, or?
Yes, this is the crit round. And technically, they critted on their initiative too.
Jesus.
Though it's
Wow.
technically lower than Charity, so they'll go this round, and then Charity, you'll hop in before them.
Next time, but
and
Burbage will
regular-
go again.
Yeah, in
Okay.
regular initiative. All right. So Hikari, right in front of you, from their bottles, 3 of these horrid things sort of pop up. One of them, 2 of them are going to attack you, Hikari. And you can see their kind of giant flame fangs are trying to sink into you. They're trying to latch onto you.
So did the half die when the Fireblight thing
Nope,
died?
he didn't die. He's just
Okay.
on fire a little
Okay.
bit. Does a
Bring
14 or a 13 hit you?
Does a what?
Does a 13 or a
No.
14 hit you? No, not at all. Okay.
Also, I don't think I've ever seen an initiative round where everything was like 17 or higher.
Yeah, it's
Like
insane.
where
This
a 17 was the low, and by a good bit.
Yeah. No, these things are trying to bite at you, and you keep like bashing them away with your shield. One of them gets stuck just a little bit in your armor, but it doesn't pierce through it, and it rears back. There's kind of a trail of flame as it rears for another attack at you.
Okay.
The guard and the halfling that are also fighting theirs are not faring so well. And again, it looks like one of these sort of gets into one of the halflings. And the guard is just barely able to hold his off for a little bit. So let's go back to Stormbringer.
So Burbage is out of the bag, wearing a
Aye.
mask.
Yo.
I mean, I'm just gonna move over to the one that I can get to that's by Hikari right now. And I'm gonna swing at it with my whatever that is. Battle axe.
Go for it.
$21,
That hits.
15 points of damage.
Oof. He's hurt.
Not dead? Fine. Second attack? Well, wait, how hurt? Like, how hurt does he look?
All right, your battle axe sort of reaches in and it kind of chops off the back of its tail and it turns and it hisses at you, smoke and fire coming from its mouth.
Okay, second attack on. $20,
That hits you.
13 points of damage.
All right. Oh, that kills it.
Nice. And I'm gonna then move up the last 10 feet of my movement into range with the other one ahead of me.
All right.
The one standing by the whatever person. This one standing by the halfling person. And that one needs to make a DC 17 dex save.
All right. He rolled 17.
So he'll take 2. Wait.
Yeah.
That means he makes it, right? Okay, so he'll take 2 points of damage.
All right.
Lightning damage, if it matters.
Yes, thank you.
And that's my turn.
All right, Burbage once again.
All right. Burbage is definitely in a, not my hometown kind of mode, I guess.
Yeah, Burbage,
especially
just like honestly, for a second, this freaks you out on a level you've not been accustomed to. For some reason, this whole Fireblight thing has always seemed distant and kind of foreign to you. And while this stupid little town seems to have turned its back on you, you really would hate to see it just ashes at this moment, especially Theodric, right?
Yeah, it's because, to be honest, part of me / Burbage was considering, once the words Fireblight came out, I was like, God damn, there's a part of Burbage that just wants to hop out of this bag and go find Theodric to, warn him or something. But he's not doing that.
Yeah.
And there's something about, I think there's something about what his mother was saying about, the Kemps and the Dales. And, Burbage has no idea what is going on, but he feels weirdly more connected to Diefield now than ever before without really understanding why. So with that being said, let's kill some fire elementals. I'm assuming these are fire elementals, right?
I mean,
They're not the same things.
Not really they're technically elemental things.
And they're fiery.
They're fiery, though they are like fire snakes.
Yeah, that's all.
The just living fire that you fought.
Sure.
In,
okay.
Yeah.
That's all
in
Burbage
Madame
needs to know.
Woes.
Yeah. Burbage will get just a little bit closer to get in range of this guy over here, and will attack it with his hand crossbows without advantage because he's no longer hidden, and without sneak attack because the baddie's not adjacent to anybody. Unfortunately. But here goes. Oh, I just said no advantage. I'm going to try this again.
It's an 18. You can just take the first roll.
An 18 for that one. And a 23 with the offhand.
Oh yeah, those hit.
5 damage with the first one.
9 damage. Apply the mod. And then 5.
9 and then 5. And
All right.
I will use the D20.
Okay.
It's a 19
my
on the
gosh.
first one.
I think it. Stop! He's already dead.
He's definitely dead. I'll let you sort of shoot his body somewhere before he sort of explodes.
I mean, look, they were walloping bolts. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, they're gonna do what they did, so whatever.
all right.
His ash sprays backwards.
Yeah, in midair, he just bursts into flames, and the ash from him that's now up in the air just floats onto kind of a nearby town, little townhouse.
Are there any like attractive male halflings around? Like standing around?
Yeah, this actually is one of the twins.
Oh, like one of the twins that I
Yeah,
used to hang out with and stuff?
yeah.
Is he like
He's always been fairly attractive.
what's his name again?
Philip. He runs the tattoo parlor over here.
I will wink at Philip with my body, since he won't see
Okay.
it through my mask.
What does that mean? Narrate that for us.
Then, okay, if you're gonna make me, it's basically just like, all right, you know what? I just give him a thumbs up.
Are you doing a sit-up at him?
And like, it's just a sexy thumbs up, like a
Oh, yeah.
sexy thumbs up.
Oh, I know it well.
Yeah.
And so what it is it's a thumbs up, but then with the other hand, Burbage is going to make a hole and then put the thumb in and out of the hole.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay.
It feels like sexual harassment.
All right.
I'd also like to point out that isn't that the person that he saw like the other fire snake disappear into?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Also, whether or not that thumb thing is something that Burbage also always used to do growing up, that's up to you, Andy.
I'll let you decide that one.
Oh, it totally is. So if
Okay.
if Philip's there and he's
Yeah.
still alive and conscious,
Yeah.
he knows that it's me.
All right.
Maybe.
Sounds
I don't
good.
know.
All right. Charity.
You're gonna see Cherry go. Just once, it would be nice to visit a town without a fight breaking out. And at that, the flame halo is going to arc over his shoulders. But we make do with what we have. You're going to see Charity sort of weave his hands together, and then the spiritual weapon is going to appear here, behind the fire snake that's like attacking the guard and the other bystander. And it's going to swing down with a 24.
All right. That hits.
Okay. I rolled it, sorry, and I did it at level 2, standard spell slot level for it. 7 damage. Force.
All right. Excellent.
And then I'm going to, again, sort of make a series of hand gestures, and then a tiny bell is going to appear over it, and the family and Hikari will hear ding 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 ding. And it needs to make a wisdom saving throw DC 18.
Hold, please.
Holding.
He rolled. Oh, a crit miss.
Well, he's taking at least 12 necrotic damage.
That's gonna kill him. Right. It was rearing back. It had gotten the guard next to it on the ground. And just as it was rearing back, your sword appeared and sliced into it. And it turned just in time to hear the gong. Just the horrible bells of death above it. And it slumps to the ground and then very slowly smolders, catches on fire and then just becomes ash.
Everything dies.
They're just killing.
I'm going to move this way with my movement. These are 10-foot squares, right?
Yes.
Rather, 10, 20, 30. And I'm going to move this way.
Okay.
Because I had seen that neither Hikari or Stormbringer looked like they got hit in the
Correct.
initial outbreak of fighting, so I feel comfortable moving away from them.
All right, so Hikari the fire snake is going to try to latch onto you. It bites and then swings its fiery tail at you. Neither one hit. The one next to the halfling is going to latch on and sort of wiggle into this halfling then as well.
But I'm next to it too, aren't I more attractive? I look so appetizing.
No. No, you look far less appetizing than an easy meal. All right. And then, yeah.
Sort of there too.
Stormbreaker, does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
All right. Your strength is lowered by this much.
Whoa, uncool. What was that from?
You're not exactly sure. You just immediately get sapped of strength, and everything that you're now carrying feels a little heavier. Hikari, you sort of, your eyes dart to the underneath the carriage again, and just in time to see something black sort of whip out at you. And you're just barely able to dodge out of the way of whatever sort of mass has now taken form underneath this thing.
I totally forgotten about the black thing in
Yeah.
the cards.
And now you feel very odd as now you look around you. You have 3 different shadows, Hikari.
Okay, I thought it didn't hit me.
It did not
Oh,
hit you.
okay. I have 3 shadows.
You have 3 distinct shadows around you.
Oh, I
and-
thought you meant like my shadow. I had 3 shadows.
No, literally,
Like
yeah.
attached, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
like, it looks like you are
Oh, it does.
casting 3 different shadows.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
Exactly. No, that's totally true. All right. Stormbringer. What would you like to do?
Do I see the shadows everywhere, including the one in front of me?
Give me a perception check.
I think she does.
I rolled a crit.
Absolutely, you
Awesome.
do. You can now, Stormbringer, for some reason, you can now see the different dark tones of the shadows. Like, you can tell which are very easily cast by natural light, and which are now shadow things just that have latched onto things, and you have one of those on you. And in fact, if you just remember this from now on, I'm going to give you like a bonus to detecting shadows for the rest of your life.
Awesome. I'm gonna write that in really big letters in my notes. So this one in front of me is actually on me?
Yes.
Like in such a way that it's sharing my square and would be hard to swing at it?
Not exactly, yeah. It's cast basically on like the 5-foot square kind of in front of you.
Okay, so I think I could swing at it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna swing out with my battle axe and shout, "You're a rude shadow!"
Okay.
which probably seems really weird. I got a 16.
All right. That hits.
So 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Do I feel like that hurt it?
You're pretty sure it did? It's kind of hard to tell.
So these are like corporeal shadows. They're just
Yes.
shadows.
Yeah, they're just sort of on the ground itself.
Weird. Okay, I'm gonna swing at it again. Second attack.
Okay.
21, I assume, also hits.
Certainly hits.
For 13 points of damage.
That's enough for it to sort of. And
Does
wither,
my strength come
disappear.
back?
It does not.
Damn. Okay, that was both my attack. Hold on, I'm checking what the range is on my lightning.
All right.
That's a cart, isn't it? Not just a dead body. That's also a cart on the dead body. A dead body on the cart. I guess I'm going to move to my left to this open space in between one of the shadows and the thing that had the fire crown side of it.
Okay.
Does the fire is the halfling taking an attack of opportunity on me, or am I still friendly with it?
You're still friendly with him, yeah. He's good.
Yay! Friends. Okay. And this one just right to my left needs to make a DC 17 dex save.
All right. Okay. He failed.
I don't know why that rolled 2 dice on the screen, but he'll take 3 points of damage.
All right.
And that's my turn. I'm pretty clearly shouting at shadows. I don't know if anyone else can see them, but I am shouting.
Okay.
What did you say? Like I have advantage on seeing shadows forever?
Yes, you
Okay.
not advantage. You'll have a bonus.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, to detecting shadows. All right. Very good, very good. Hikari, what would you like to do?
Just give me a second, though. Do you want to roll?
Yeah, you're good. I can roll if you want.
Okay. I am going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Oh,
There's
okay.
so many things around me.
Very good, very good. You're casting Spirit Guardians, and then I assume you're saying all your friends. Do you also mark the halflings
Yes.
as things not to be
Well,
killed?
right now they're not attacking us. I mean, would it...
Certainly.
If they start attacking us...
You kind of have to determine that when you cast it.
Okay, so... I do mark the halflings, because I mean, it's not going to help if they die.
Okay, cool. And what do your Spirit Guardians look like?
They... Sorry, I'm just thinking. I didn't think about that before.
You're good?
They look kind of demonic.
Okay. What color?
Like nothing red and black.
Mm.
Kind of like a... Yeah.
All right.
And they have big flaming swords.
Beautiful. I like it. All right. So you cast that. You do have a bonus action if you needed to use it, but
Can I also, like, hit the fire creature in front of me with my sword?
yeah, the one that's
Oh, well, I mean, I
next
guess
to Stormbringer. Yeah.
yes. And I can actually.
Not with your sword. I'm sorry. You could bite at it.
Oh, I
with a
can
bonus
bite at it.
action.
That's right. Okay, I'll bite.
Yeah. Give me a bite. That hits.
Really?
Bite
Wait,
the
why
snake.
is there a fire creature like standing on me?
Because it's a 10-foot square.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, okay.
You're right next to it.
Yeah, I was
gotcha.
confused because on my screen I'm like, you moved into an enemy square. You can't do that. I'm like, oh, never mind, 10-foot square.
Yep. Yeah, that hits. Give me a. Go ahead and click the bite.
Bite the snake. Bite the snake.
Yeah.
Sorry, just give me a second.
Turn about. Turn about.
Oh man,
It failed its poison, so it's going to take
only one.
6 piercing and 1 poison.
And look deeply confused at this turn of events.
Is this
Yeah.
slashing?
Piercing, probably.
Okay,
It's your
it's
teeth.
just what it's saying. I know.
So you just, you just grab this thing after you cast your Spirit Guardians, these fiendish, horrifying, bladed things, and then you just bite into the snake next to you. I love it. Burbage Kemp.
So Burbage saw one of these fire snake things go like into Philip,
That is correct.
like in like up his sleeve or something.
Yeah, it kind of it seemed to attach like onto his belly almost.
Jeez. I guess Burbage would have that would have registered for him right around the same time as he was doing the crude
Yep.
thumbs up. And then he would have gotten serious. And I guess I'd like to maybe shout out to Philip, like Philip, stop, drop, and roll. And then, because I and Burbage have no idea how to get this snake thing out of Philip.
Right.
But I'm hoping that, I don't know, by calling out to him and maybe taunting the snake, maybe by wearing the Fireblight cultist mask, who knows? But can I hold my attack or something for when Philip reacts to what I shout at him?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, kind of, he'll react on your turn. He kind of just is. He furrows his brow and is just looking at you like, "What are you talking about?" He kind of looks around like he's not on fire, so he doesn't really react.
But is he unaware of all the shit that's going down in the square right now?
He does seem to be kind of unaware of it. Yeah.
Oh.
In the similar way that the other halflings seemed to be unaware as soon as they were attacked.
I thought you were going to say something it's in a similar way to in childhood when his house was burning down. He just kept trying to get cereal.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I just don't know what to do then.
Ooh.
That is because I don't know what this thing's gonna do to him. All right. Well, then I guess So, do I see the shadows around Hikari?
You see her fighting shadows, but you also see that she's summoned these horrifying demon things that are just swirling around her at the same time.
Will that affect my ability to maybe shoot at one of the shadows if I move to within range?
You're really not sure? You've never really fought with Hikari like this? This kind of being your first time when she's used this?
All right. Oh God! Can I keep shouting at Philip? God damn it!
Sure, of course.
God damn it, Philip!
I'll let you try to get a persuasion roll in if if you just kind of want to burn your turn on this.
Yeah, I mean, since I have this prior relationship with him, like I really
Yeah.
think it's in character for Burbage to like, and so
What would you like?
maybe
him-
using some kind of inside code or something from us growing up, or like to like just to communicate to him like you're in danger, like something is one of these fire things are inside of you. You've got to shake it out or something. So I'm gonna do a persuasion roll and then we'll see what happens.
All right.
15.
All right. You're shouting at him, and you're trying to like latch on to something from your childhood. And you just remember. Remember the lantern. Remember the lantern. And at that, he immediately ducks his head, covers his head, and starts to kind of like roll a little bit on the ground.
Awesome.
You certainly tapped into something that, yeah, you remember from childhood.
Great. I don't even care if it's effective.
Yep. All right. Charity.
If you look out of the corner of his eye, he's like, "Oh, good, we've turned that one into a street performer." Considering that I heard Stormbringer shouting about bad shadow, I assume that even like before Hikari created her spirit guardians, I probably saw some of this out of my peripheral vision.
Indeed.
So I'm going to, with my bonus action, pull the spiritual weapon over to behind this uppermost one that's by both Stormbringer and Hikari.
Gotcha.
And it's going to attack, and I totally remember how to do that once I've already cast the spell. I sure do.
You can just cast it again. That's fine. Okay.
Oh, no, but here. Oh, well, I have to, apparently. No, that's the wrong thing, because I just need... No, that is the right thing. Sorry, I missed. Yeah.
I think that's a crit miss, yes?
Yes.
How is that possible?
What?
An 11 on a crit miss? What is that?
I have a 22 charisma.
Oh, no, I guess that would do it. Yeah.
I'm at plus 10 to spell attacks.
Damn. All right. Okay, so let's see if this has any effect.
The spiritual weapon sundered part of its own armor.
Okay, then not really. It just missed.
Okay. And Sherry's gonna sort of sigh. Like, I am the light and the flame, and you send shadows and flame? I think that goes poorly for you. And above that same one that I tried to attack, probably actually for the first time, you're going to see a column of sacred fire drop down, and it's just sort of this almost in the way that like lightning has this fulminating pulse. It's like silver fire like that. So a DC 18 save, dexterity save.
All right. Your friends haven't seen the like of it since you cooked bacon with it.
Oh, that's right. I did have to cook bacon with that, didn't I?
Not my bacon.
No, because you like floppy bacon.
He missed.
So he will take 10 radiant damage.
All right.
Given that these things seem to be made out of living shadow, do I feel like the radiance was particularly effective?
100%, as it completely disperses.
Like I said, bad move. And I'm going to move just the 10 feet. Kind of hedge my position.
Yep. All right, Hikari, what is your DC save for your spirit guardians?
Let me look.
It'll be in spells and DC save.
Yep.
I guarantee I think they all missed, but just to be sure. Yep, it's a 15. They all missed. Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So is it, what's the damage on that?
On the Spirit Guardian?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was accidentally looking up. 3d8.
3d8.
Radiant or necrotic if I'm evil, but I'm not evil.
Yeah,
Even though my things look like demons.
Yeah, they're doing radiant.
So 3d8 radiant.
Okay, go ahead and roll 3d8 damage. You can either cast the spell again, I think, and it does it automatically, or...
Okay.
Yeah. You immediately disperse both of the shadows with that, as it's radiant damage. These horrible fiend-like things with giant flaming swords just slam into these things. Oh man, you also killed the fire snake in one go. As your guardians are just whipping around you, you don't even have to move. You just sort of lift
Pretty
your
much.
arms in the air and let them do all the work. And they've destroyed all of your enemies around you.
Oh, and by the way, when I cast them, my eyes just went like completely black.
Okay. Black eye.
Charity's going to give you a thumbs up from the other side of the square.
All right. Technically, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of combat. That ended it. Untechnically, what would you like to do?
Can I shove Burbage back in the bag?
I would be alerting Charity to the fact that there's still a fire snake unaccounted for. That is
there's probably two unaccounted
Yeah,
for.
I was gonna say, I think there's still a...
And I think that from where I was, because I've kind of, if there have been two main theaters of battle in this, sort of down in the southwest corner and then the northeast corner, I've been standing in the middle of them. I feel like I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, did I see that Philip probably has one in him? This halfling up in the, one of these ones up there has one in them.
Yes.
I'm going to turn to Burbage. You're like, Rucksack, we need to get to wherever Theodric is now.
That sounds good to Burbage. He won't even say anything. He'll just kind of turn and give Philip a look and like a shrug, like a good luck shrug, and then run and slide into the bag. But actually, the look he gave to Philip was like a look behind you.
Okay.
Like he pointed to make him look
Yeah.
away, and then he ran and slid into the bag.
All right, you slide into the bag.
I'm going to probably run over and like quickly hoist it. Like, it takes me significantly more effort than Stormbringer, but it's fine. I can move with Burbage. Be like,
I'll move over and grab him
okay,
from
I'll
you.
hand it to you. Like, I'm gonna message Cantrip. Where is Theodric now?
To Burbage, I assume?
Yeah.
Because I don't know that.
Yeah, Andy, I guess Burbage would guess that Theodric is... I don't know if there's like a home for them. Or wait, didn't we... Would he have been staying at the inn? The Blackwood Inn?
No. Mayor has his own estate.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that you would know. That's down here.
Yeah, probably the mayor's estate.
You said that this was a guard, right?
The one up here?
Yeah, way up in the northwest corner. As we're moving away, Charity is going to point to the two halflings that he thinks have fire snakes and go, watch them, there may be more of these creatures in them, but just observe them for now. We think something else might be happening. Does he seem to respond at all?
He's kind of shaking as he stands up, and he nods at you.
And then I'm just going to start running this way.
I don't feel comfortable.
No, yeah, Hakari, you're coming with then?
I don't know if I trust this guy with like 3 people with fire blade. It's one guy.
Do you want to stay behind
Well,
and make sure that...
Didn't
I
we
don't
also
wanna
see
split the
other
party,
guards
but-
moving down?
Yeah, there's certainly other guards that are kind of moving in this direction because
Oh,
of the
okay.
fighting.
All right, then I'll go. Do I see? Well, I mean, do I know this? How would I
You've
know?
seen a couple guards now emerge.
Okay, I just want to leave
Yeah.
one guy babysitting like 3
Right. Yeah.
halflings.
And as we're going, are we actually, I know you said technically, but are we actually out of like the turn order and the
Yeah, I think we are.
rough, like, I don't need to be concerned, am I only moving 3 squares? So as we sort of turn this corner in this guard to go, in the square, monsters popped out. That one, and that one may still have one in them.
Yes, sir.
Actually,
Sorry. When your passive persuasion is a 20.
Right. Yep. All right. So you run up to the mayor's estate here, and start kind of pounding on the door. Burbage, your brain starts to kind of hurt almost as you smell some like burning flesh. You smell like fire, just kind of all around you. Your brain is sort of almost flipping between this day and night somehow. You're really struggling with trying to keep focus. As you hear footsteps clamor down the stairs, and the door opens. And that concludes tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe to us on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support, and if you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, or our upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com, follow us on Twitter at helpfulgoat, or check out our Facebook page at helpfulgoat. Thank you so much for the cast for playing. Thank you so much for listening. We immensely appreciate it, and from all of us on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, good night, good night.
Bye.